But what's the occasion that would make you get a cut?
10-year anniversary.
There is no 10-year anniversary of not getting
Like
a
if
cut.
you was getting married, you're not getting a cut?
Why do I need a cut?
It's your wedding day.
Nah, that's a little crazy. You don't think she
Why
would expect
Why
it?
do I need a cut though?
It's your wedding day. You gonna look mad nice. What you mean?
Yeah, you want
I don't need a cut to look nice.
But like
That's what the cut does. Makes you look nicer.
But there's other things.
Please
See, there's
what?
other things you can do though.
Are you gonna get the retwist?
Even for the
Yeah.
photos,
Okay, you'll
like
do the retwist.
Yeah.
You gonna line up the beard?
Yeah.
But
niggas gonna
not-
get a
not
retwist to wear a
clipper
white
lineup. You gonna
scarf.
like-
Bro. He's gonna have a white scarf on his head, bro.
He probably is
The
gonna
white
rock the white
scarf.
scarf. No
Nah, bro.
bullshit.
Nah, bro.
She
You
gonna
gotta
pull
get
his shit back. She gonna pull hers back.
That's crazy imagery. That's crazy.
Both of them got a little veil. She pulls the scarf back. You feel me?
So that's the crazy part about it though is that niggas be wearing do-rags all shit. You would, like niggas wear do-rags. You wouldn't say, oh, you gonna have to do that to a nigga with a do-rag and shit like that.
Well, no one's wearing a do-rag to their wedding.
I've seen
I
it.
bet a nigga
I've-
tried it. I
Bro,
bet a nigga tried
the
it
last
with a
couple
silky.
niggas I seen, they was wearing the silky at the wedding,
Yeah,
at the altar,
The all white
At
silky.
the altar?
and they was wearing extendo fucking shit.
I hate
No.
black people.
But the thing is, if your waves
Like,
are
bro.
really elite though, that would be the
You
moment to
unveil
like
it.
unveil that
That's
shit.
what the nigga
That's
did.
tough.
Oh, so
no,
now
bro.
it's tough.
Save it
Now
for the
it's
photo
tough.
That
album.
shit was-
Save it for the photos. You're not
that's-
supposed to do that shit at the altar.
No,
nigga.
no.
Yeah.
So
You do
that-
it in that back room.
No, he can
Nah.
make sure he
It
got
was
the
low-key
tough.
crispiest
No.
shit
It was a
ever.
good moment. That shit looked tough.
The
was in
pomade
attendance?
is ooh,
No, I saw it.
laid.
Oh, you
Right.
saw?
He had like a long do-rag on, and he got there, and then like his wife came, she had her walk, you know what I mean? And then he's like crying and shit. And then his best man took off his fucking
Oh, that's
his
crazy.
do-rag to reveal the waves. Nigga, that shit was tough.
Two baddies in the relationship. That's a little
The
nutty.
best man. I feel like the wife should take it off.
The wife should take it.
The wife should.
I
The
don't-
wife should take it
I
off.
was like, that's
Your
nasty.
The
best
best man,
man,
nigga standing behind you all rapping.
And the nigga was like, it looked, I don't know. It looked,
Oh.
You gotta show me that later.
Hey man, y'all already know how we rocking. It
Oh,
is
Lord.
bad for the community. We are back from our hiatus, and if you don't know how we rocking, it's Rob the 508 guard on the mic. I got St. E's across from me.
What up?
I got Nate Nix in the room.
How you doing?
Fellas, it's been a whole last month. I went on vacation. Even after I came back from vacation, still had a couple weeks. You feel me? I don't know
Nigga
what.
got sick.
Well, I got sick, but Eves
dick
also
is
hit
sick.
us with the I'm not gonna be available for the next 2 Saturdays.
I said that
Man.
very fine events.
But you
Man.
know what we do on Saturdays.
Niggas could have kept going.
Come on, bro. You know on the
So don't
episode
stop.
back, like how we got to do it with the dynamic trio, like on the one back. Yo, there might have been a couple like people out here in the world just kind of not knowing how to navigate without a weekly episode of Bad for the Community. Like y'all don't feel like a responsibility. Did y'all notice that like our presence was missing a little bit?
Yeah, bro. All those people died, bro. It's crazy.
Ooh.
Tragedy,
In
bro.
India?
Ooh.
Nah, like without it, bro.
It's a lot of niggas dying,
if
bro.
we dropped the pod, that plane would have crashed?
Which plane we talking
I
about?
can't deny it.
You
The-
feel me?
The plane in
I can't
India.
deny it.
Yeah.
There was the one in India.
That's our
There's a
fault.
plane crash not too long ago.
That's
That's
our
our bad.
And,
That's our bad.
Nah, you could take that one to the
No, we take that one.
Oh, I
You
don't
feel
know.
me? Like
You got to connect the dots for me a little bit better than that, bro. Because
There's no proof that if we dropped it wouldn't happen.
This
There's
is
no
true.
proof
There's
about
no
otherwise.
butterfly
Proof to
effect.
Feel me?
Okay.
That's on us.
So what can we save now? Because the world kind of look like it's all shitting in disarray.
It's too late.
Like I feel like we kind of need like we about to enter a war that I don't think any of us want parts of.
we talking about,
Iran and Israel?
Iran and
Oh.
Israel.
bro?
I don't even know if we want to enter
I
that
mean,
conversation.
Is
So
that real?
if it's what
In what
real?
sense?
Post?
In
The
what sense?
post that the Iranian military. I think that was a
No,
fake
no, that
account.
wasn't real. That
I was
was a
gonna
fake
say,
account. No, no,
that
that's
shit
all.
that
That's
he
all.
sent?
I was about to say, yeah. I was about to say,
Yeah.
there's
I got
no way, bro.
bamboozled. I got bamboozled.
So they
But you
got
know
you.
what's very real?
Okay.
Like those videos of people like standing on their balcony and they see a shower
Yeah.
of missiles. Can you?
Both ways.
Yo, I know we talk a lot of shit about America, but it's real fair to say there's a privilege in like the fact that you've never seen anything like that on the land that you live on.
For sure.
That is a privilege in itself.
Well,
What do
the
you
other side of
do?
it is seeing our fellow black people get killed on TV, but it is what it
No bullshit.
Hear you.
is.
Missile strikes is a little bit crazier.
They both do damage.
Everything's crazy.
They both do damage.
Everything's
I
crazy.
I feel
It's
you.
not a competition.
At a point in
not a
time, niggas
competition.
walk around, you see a nigga being hung on a tree. It's
not a
lot,
Who's the
competition.
last nigga you saw hung on the tree?
That's actually not that long ago.
This is
Like,
what I was about to say. This
that was not that long ago. What's his
shit
name?
going on?
Oh my, I can't remember his
A lot
name.
of
It's a
shit
shame I don't
going
remember his
on.
name. It's a lot
This
of
shit
shit that
happened
goes
in
on.
Massachusetts, bro.
I did not know about that one.
That's insane.
I was
That's
thinking about
insane.
in the Carolinas.
Nah, there
Forget
was
his
a
name.
dude that got lynched in Massachusetts like
So to
a
my
couple
point.
years ago.
I feel you. That is awful. That is evil.
Yeah.
There's no excuse for it. I'm not even trying to make the argument. I guess one thing I would say is like, you can't even directly influence the other one, but one is so out of your control. You feel me? I
sure.
could decide not to go outside and a cop ain't gonna be able to kill me if I don't go outside.
That's not
it's
true.
not realistic.
True.
What's her name?
I was
Sandra.
about to say they
Sandra-
breaking it.
I'm about to misquote her
Sandra
name.
Bland.
Sandra
Facts. They
Bland.
busted into her crib.
Well,
now.
And Brianna.
That's Breonna Taylor. You're
Oh,
Breonna
yeah,
Taylor.
excuse me.
But
See, look at that. Too many niggas dying, bro.
All right, the cops got called there, right? I'm just saying, bro. I'm just saying.
Not at her apartment.
Listen, that is all awful. Y'all not gonna catch me first week back on the podcast.
I'm just
I'm not
addressing
making
what
you
you
say
said,
none
bro.
of
I'm
this.
just addressing what you
It's
said.
all bad.
We all got bad shit
I'm
going
saying-
on everywhere,
That's
bro.
all I'm
saying.
saying. It's all bad, bro.
Shit could happen to Breonna, like the Breonna Taylors of the world, all of that. Like, and we still gonna go to work the next day. I don't know how you go.
Bro, them niggas go to work too.
I don't know how you go to work the next day when you just seen a missile strike happen.
Hey,
I
but
will
they
say
do
this,
it.
where you
But
used
they
to play
do it,
ball
my
at.
nigga. They do
That's
it.
crazy.
That's their
It
life.
is
That's their
crazy.
life. No cap. That they're used to it. It's not good.
It's fucked up.
It's desensitization, but life goes on. You feel me?
No
That's
bullshit.
You seen that
insanity.
video of the lady? She was like, she makes TikTok and she was like baking something. And then like the missile strike happened like right next door to her. And she like stopped everything. And then she's like smiling because afterwards, and she's like saying like, this is the stuff we have to do and stuff like that. But she's smiling because she's alive.
She's like, God is good.
She's like,
Still here.
like she's
Nah,
like,
that's-
praise-
that's an
all
insane
praise
way to
to
No, it is
me,
crazy.
like-
No, it is crazy.
That's
Very
insane.
crazy.
and that's just on camera too. So like, that's the thing that gets me is that these niggas be acting like they're not like. I've been seeing so many Israeli people like talking about it on their like side of the internet where they're just like, what are they talking about? Like these niggas is lying on us. We're not doing that to them. It's impossible. But then the next post you'll see is like them like their soldiers being like, yeah, like we're really locked in. We're killing all these niggas.
See,
I'm like,
I'm just confused by the whole situation.
what?
Because like from the Israeli American side, it's they're a nuclear threat, right? That we
For
have to jump
Right.
in and
They've been saying that
handle
for a
that.
decade
That's
plus
what they're
now.
going with, right?
And they're not.
But then you have U.S. intelligence talking about there was no nuclear threat.
Exactly.
And it's like, how are you niggas not even on the same page?
Bro, Israel bro.
Can I just say,
Those are the niggas with the missiles,
Yo,
bro.
let me
I'm
They
hip.
got the
I'm very
infrastructure.
hip.
Nigga, they got to, you know what?
let me take a step back, right? Let me say I don't have any sides to this, right? I don't have any dog in the fight or whatever the case is. I'm looking at it purely from a marketing standpoint, right?
Nick said marketing.
Yo,
Yo,
I didn't
Israel's
expect that.
doing a horrible job
I
with
did
its
not expect
optics.
that,
Let me
bro.
just say that, bro. Like niggas don't already fuck with you because of everything you did with Palestine, and now you like it. It just feels like, without even me knowing the full details, it feels like you're instigating another war. From the
Oh,
optics
yeah.
of it, it's like,
'Cause
yo,
they know they
y'all
got
seem like
America
the
behind
problem
them,
in the
bro.
Middle East.
They
Bro,
know they got America
Israel been
behind
the
them. So
problem in the
whatever
Middle
we
East.
do, we got America behind us. Y'all niggas ain't gonna do shit about it. They're the biggest bullies on the court.
Is it worth it?
Is it worth it? Time will
As an
tell.
American citizen, is it worth it?
Oh hell no.
All right, bet. As
Bro,
long
you
as
know
we-
how much? Bro, you know how much it costs to even maintain the fucking Iron Dome?
Ah, man.
Bro, you know
I
how
was
much that shit
bro, I was
costs,
just
bro?
talking about that the other day, bro. These niggas
Like,
be spending,
what?
like the amount of bread that we're spending right now just to support Israel and their terrorism is ridiculous. Not only is it like, because it's taxpayer money, right?
Yeah.
So we're paying for it, literally. Like I'm paying, me?
Yes.
Me?
Every check,
Like,
every
what
check
the
that comes.
I'm not, that's crazy
Bro.
to me. But then on top of that, then you double down and you look at all the bullshit that we're dealing with. I shouldn't be having to deal with bullshit if this is how much I'm paying in taxes for them. Nigga, bring that shit back over here.
No
Where's
bullshit.
our infrastructure,
Imagine-
nigga?
No bullshit.
This is
Where's
my.
our free fucking healthcare?
No
Where's our
bullshit.
schools,
No
nigga? What's
We
the word?
got to talk about the war that's
What's
happening
the
here.
word,
Well,
nigga?
we're gonna talk about it.
Like, yo.
My analogy is that you have a little cousin, right? Who got like picked on, bullied in elementary school, and you're like, yo, you know what? Yo, if anybody fuck with you, let me know. I got your back. And it's like, word, and that makes sense. You
That
feel me?
shit.
But then they progressed through middle school, high school, and they kept calling us. They kept calling us for everybody who they ever had a problem with, and we had to fight their fight. And it's like, all right, nigga, now you picking the fight. You make
Same
it.
shit.
They not even picking on you no more. They actually fell back, all the way back, because they scared of me.
But it's even worse too, because you take that same analogy, knowing the person, your cousin, you're the older cousin, you never asked your little cousin, why the fuck you getting in so many fights?
Type shit. You feel?
Because like, why is this even happening?
Yeah.
Nigga, what did you do
Now I
to
gotta-
make
I
this
mean,
situation happen?
I gotta think, are you the unlikable
No,
one?
Because
cap. Because
now the analogy's falling apart because low key the big cousin is also telling him, yo, keep doing that shit. Because we want what's over there.
Okay, see, that's different. See, like, shit.
You adding to the analogy. You
Okay.
spinning a little bit.
He's like, yeah,
So,
if any-
like-
he's like, nigga, I'm gonna crash out. If
Because
anyone
when
fuck
you
with you,
look
they
at
fuck
it,
with me. I
Israel-
want the smoke. He's like, all right, we
No,
want
no
it.
bullshit.
Imagine you like the shoes on one of the classmates of the younger cousin, like, yo, pick a fight with him, so I got a
Facts.
reason to beat his ass.
Yeah, we
and
losing
take
the plot.
shoes,
We
too.
losing the plot. We losing the plot.
And he's like, all right, I don't really want to fight him. Fuck it, do it. He's like, yeah, I kind of don't like him. He's like, yeah,
Listen.
but you gotta think, those shoes, they really was yours. They were supposed to be
It was
yours
really
the whole time.
yours.
They were supposed to be yours the
He
whole
was
time.
Wait, who's who now? Who's who
The
now?
older cousin is the U.S., the little cousin's Israel. The
No,
US,
I know that.
They're
But
like,
whose
yo,
shoes was really ours the whole time?
the land, nigga. Like, what, the land.
Come on, bro.
Like, catch up,
Follow
bro.
up.
No, because
Bro, like, he's like, yo,
Listen.
them shoes, that was the last one in the store, and he took them.
sure.
Those are supposed to be your shoes.
sure.
You don't even know that.
He not even a size
Hey,
9. He's
man.
squeezing into them
Type
joints,
shit.
bro.
That's not really his shoes.
at
It's
the end of the day,
supposed to be
bro.
yours.
At the end of the day, Israel is America's closest, I guess you could say, like reserve in terms of like controlling the Middle East.
For sure.
And they will always back Israel for as long as they can.
No doubt about it.
That's just what it is. And
But
I think the issue that comes with that now is if you have someone like China, like, well, you know, we're gonna be behind them other niggas. What you gonna do about it? Now these niggas looking at each other like, what's up? What we doing?
Y'all kind of.
That's how this shit could really pop off.
I'm be honest. I'm fucking
That's
with
what I
China
can
more and more by the day, though.
Say it again.
I'm fucking with China more
Don't
and more
ever
by
say
the day.
that. Don't ever say that on a podcast, Mike.
I don't even know if I want to get on that, bro.
Yo, you know what they do?
There's a
They
lot
niggas
to
who say
that.
shit
There's a
like
lot to that, and I don't even know if I want to have that conversation.
I'll give you 3 reasons.
Wow.
No,
These
no,
are
no,
good
no. I don't
reasons.
even think you
Why?
should expand. bro.
First, fried rice. I fuck with fried
he's saying
rice.
silly
heavy.
shit. Okay, it's cool.
I fuck with fried rice.
'Cause
Heavy.
what-
That's my favorite food.
What's the
actually.
term they call like somebody who like literally like I don't know gave up their allegiance to their own country?
A defector?
Nah,
Or like a
it's-
traitor?
Yeah, it's something
I know
along those
she- I
lines.
know
But
she tryna say,
it's worse than that though.
You defect.
When you help the other country.
Oh, when I help them. Oh, I'm not gonna help China.
I know the
Oh, I
word,
don't
bro.
know.
They even
No,
try
I-
to say about Edward Snowden. Oh my
Tight.
god.
Y'all keep talking. I'll,
What's
I'll,
up,
I'll,
boy?
I'll find
I
it,
don't
bro.
know.
No, he was also a whistleblower, but like whatever, right?
That nigga Trump, one of them niggas, then because
The thing with
he over here helping Russia right now.
I mean,
He accepting
no
bread
bullshit.
from them right now.
Oh bullshit.
That's illegal. That's against
Even
federal
even
law.
the Saudis too.
Type shit.
The
So what are we
fucking
talking
plane.
about?
that he just
Nigga, I
got
can say I
from
fuck with Chinese food.
Anyways, right? What are we talking about with Trump right now in America and everything that's going on?
The travel ban.
All the above.
well, not just the
All
travel
the
ban. You
above.
see the
Even
No
everything with-
Kings protests that are going around across the world. I mean,
Just
across the
country.
U.S.
I do fuck with
You
it.
got
I
what
fuck
happened
with
with
that, but that's
LA,
kind of corny. No bullshit.
where they
That
brought in
shit's
the
crazy.
National Guard to
and the Marines.
using military force against U.S. citizens that have the right to peacefully protest.
Bringing in the Marines is crazy. Shit, not even on water.
I mean, bringing
What
in
the fuck is going on?
any
Hey, what?
federal.
The Marines be on water.
No,
They don't just be on water, but they be on water.
I feel you, but
I was about to say, I think you think about like the Navy.
The Navy be on. The Navy be in the
Marines
water, but
could
the
be
Marines.
anywhere.
The Marines could be anywhere.
I think so.
yeah, the Marines
And why are
is
they
kind of
called
like
the Marines?
they all around, bro. They just
Don't quote
all
me
around.
on that.
Wait,
We
why
could
are
be
they
wrong.
called
We
the
could be
Marines,
wrong.
though?
I don't know,
bro.
nigga. It's not my.
Because
I don't
Marine
know.
is like mariner, like underwater.
I hear you.
I feel
Why
you,
they called
but-
the Marines
I
then?
don't know. They got the Navy, nigga. I don't know.
I get, but even Navy is like, but then they called it Navy SEAL, and I'm like, because the SEAL be in the water.
Gang, I don't know, bro. I don't know. I don't
We
know.
losing the plot.
All I'm saying is
I don't get
calling in any federal, personnel
For sure.
on U.S. land to, combat protests is just absurd, my nigga.
So just for
Especially the
context,
Marines,
what are they
them niggas get
protesting?
busy.
In L.A.?
Ice.
Yes,
Ice.
Yeah.
nice. All
Yeah.
right. We're on the same page. With that.
Yeah.
All right. Feel me?
That shit was working too. I guess it's still working. I'll explain to someone is like, so what happened was, right, ICE was running rampant on the community. They was working to deport, detain niggas, a lot of niggas, not
Oh, yeah.
niggas per se, but a
Mhm.
lot of people who were, and some of them weren't, right? They had their status, some of them were and were not illegal, quote unquote, right? But then the community members, the people that are seeing it, they're like, all right, y'all niggas getting busy, we gonna get busier. We gonna stand in front of you, nigga, and do like the circle of support, where essentially they're standing in front of between ICE and their targets, like these undocumented people, some of these people who might be here legally as well. And they're like, my nigga, if you're gonna do this to them, then you gotta go through us first.
And I think
They was throwing rocks at them niggas. They was getting buck with them
I
niggas
see,
too.
that's a little wild. See,
I was fucking
that's not
with it.
peaceful protesting.
Right. But they were saying like, if you're gonna get to them, you gotta get through us. They was throwing rocks at like
respect that
the
part.
cars. Cars, not people.
But
unless you're in the
you know
movie.
when there's the bad actors, because we've been a part of protests
for sure.
before. There's bad actors who don't actually care about the cause, but
sure.
they like, let me break into the Louis V store.
I'm like,
like,
the looting do be happening from time to time.
Yeah, the looting.
Yeah, I was confused why
I
like,
fuck with the looting though.
the Waymos were
Nah, I
getting,
feel like it's a bad
set
look
on
for the
fire.
protest.
Yeah.
I was like, wait, why are they setting those cars on fire?
I
I
don't
don't get it. But can we have an honest conversation?
About the looting?
No, about this whole ICE situation.
Well, first,
Right?
let's recognize why this is problematic what ICE is doing. Like, first of all, they're
violating.
they're masked. Like, you know, a lot of the times, like, you don't even know if this is actual proper authority. Like,
they're literally just agents of the state, bro. It's crazy. Like, they're coming in and they're doing these things, and yeah, for the most part, it's unconstitutional.
it is. They're just snatching people up. No due
Can't do
process,
that.
no nothing.
Every person that is in this country, regardless of whether or not they're a citizen, has the right to due process, to fair process, a fair trial. That is a law that is written. It's something that's in the Constitution. We abide by it. You feel me? It's there.
Can they say that doesn't apply to people who are here illegally?
No, it says it doesn't matter. If you're here, fair trial. Regardless of if you're a citizen or not.
I respect it.
That's real shit.
That is.
Them niggas was onto something with that one.
Mm-hmm.
My theory is that ICE, Trump, and people that support them, right? The people that support Trump, I believe that they actually don't fuck with America.
They actually don't fuck with America.
I think that
Expand
they
on
don't
this
fuck
theory.
with America because we know that democracy is an experiment, right? We know that when this country was founded, it was founded on the principle of democracy, being able to make sure that every one of the people, their voices included in who rules, who's in power, and that those same people that give them the power also have the power to take away your power, right? That is not what's happening right now. And it's very clear. It's one person, right? It's like King George. It's like they said, that's what the No Kings protest is like saying.
Yeah.
You have this one person who's being able to bypass all of these laws and all these regulations because he puts people in place to allow him to do it.
Right.
And the people who are being impacted have no say in what happens next.
Yeah.
We have the initial say in like getting you there, but once you're there, you can do whatever you want and it doesn't matter what we say anymore.
Clearly,
That's
he's shown
the
that.
part.
He's
Right.
shown that they have the ability to do it. I don't think we ever thought in a million years
bullshit.
the president can just up and like run the country like this.
No
but
bullshit.
We just kind of let it happen.
But that's the most un-American shit possible.
For sure.
America's dope because of all the different things that we have, because of all the different types of
like
people
the
that we
checks and
have,
balances,
because
all
of the
that,
checks
but
and balances. That's what made America fire to begin with. You feel me? Like slavery, a slide. Nah, I can't really say that. Juneteenth just passed, but the slavery was bad. But the point is that even in that moment, because I use like slavery as an example, right? There were people who were creating laws at that time who were like, we're creating laws for our time. We're creating laws for right this second. This is what we feel is needed right now. But in 10 years, that might not be what's needed. So let's change it. Let's make sure that everything that we put into law can be changed.
So
that
then,
there's a process to change it if it needs to be changed.
let me ask you this, right?
You know what I'm saying?
Do you think we, as American citizens, are at fault for being at this point right now? And the reason why I say that is because
That's a good question.
we didn't push back when Obama was doing it.
Can I tell you that I think this is Obama's fault in part?
I was about to say,
Whoa.
niggas was not pushing back when ICE was running around under Obama. And it's
the
the same nigga that leads ICE right now was working
bullshit.
under Obama.
That
But we only highlighted now, which there's a
But
lot. There's a
is
lot
it
of
as
layers
bad-
to it. There's a lot of layers to it
that
because
nigga
even
Obama deported
now, it's more people.
he
More
forced
people.
He
When I was
forced
looking
it.
into, he's actually deported more people
He forced
well,
it.
more people
under Biden and Trump combined.
He
so
forced
far.
it.
from
Obama
The
was
first
like
administration
King
of Trump to
deportation,
Biden to Trump right now.
King missile strike, King missile
Obama has sent out
deportation.
more people.
That nigga was
Now,
evil.
what I will add on
Should've
to
bought
it,
it.
maybe
because
maybe
there is
I
a
was
lot of
ignorant
layers.
at the time, but like it definitely feels like a cultural shift in the way that
I think it's the optics.
in
I think the
sure.
way that they're carrying out these deportations right now is very inhumane compared to how it was being
people
done
being
under-
afraid to
under
leave
the-
their
under the
homes and
Obama
go to the
administration.
store because
Yeah, that's
they know
absurd.
where there's concentrations of illegal immigrants
Yeah.
and they're
Yeah.
just staking out. Like
No,
was
it's on
that
some shit.
was
It's on
Obama
some
doing
shit.
that?
To some
I can't
extent,
say,
but not the same way.
I don't think people were paying attention to it either because they were like, "Oh, it's Obama."
I would also say yes, still though. Yeah.
And that's why I posed the question: like, are we at fault for not worrying
We ain't
about
say
this
nothing.
sooner?
No bullshit. We ain't saying
Niggas,
nothing. 'Cause-
niggas ain't step in.
but like you said, from a marketing standpoint, you feel me? Obama did it better
He did it in a different way.
because it wasn't as visible and it wasn't
This is
as
true.
brash
This
in
is
this
true.
way.
Yeah.
It was harsh and it was still inhumane, but it wasn't as brash. Like it wasn't like you can't stop me.
Plus,
type
I
shit,
also feel like
which is still
niggas
evil.
are choosing
might
to
be
be
more
niggas
evil,
are choosing to
low-key.
be blind to it.
That's true. He was black.
Like,
He can shoot a
niggas,
ball,
you
bro.
feel me?
He had us
Like-
fooled. I was a kid. I was a child, bro. What do you want me to do?
I feel you. I
I was a
feel you.
child.
I feel you.
How
I
can you
feel
vote
you.
for that nigga?
But it's a lot of stuff that I'm
Regardless.
looking when I look back at it. I'm like, damn, like
I'm mad.
what the fuck?
That nigga was tripping.
Well,
And
first off, you could just say neither your savior. You feel me? Like
sure.
Democrats,
Yeah, yeah,
Republicans,
for sure,
like
for sure.
don't feel like you
They're on
got
the same team.
exactly.
No
They're
bullshit.
not on our team. That's
That's
for
a
sure,
fact.
right? But
That's a fact.
what's problematic and what I think I seen Jon Stewart speak on it on
he's still around?
Oh,
yeah, he does like the Daily Show on Mondays.
He's still
and stuff.
doing the Daily Show?
on Mondays.
Oh, just on Monday. Because I
Yeah.
was like, didn't they have like some other
But
guy?
he brought up a great point. It's like, all right, we had an immigration issue. It needed to be addressed, right? And then whenever you hear maybe like a Republican speak on the immigration issue, it's always anecdotal. It's always like, well, you know, in this city, there was that that illegal alien that killed this person or raped that person, but it's always anecdotal, right? But then it's like, okay, in order to address that issue, they created a more harmful environment. Like even U.S. Citizens are even affected in how we go by. Like we don't even feel like we're safe in the place that we live in, and it's like
because you never know.
But what's the hypocrisy lies though when it's how and he ran through and when he did his monologue, he ran through a list of school mass shootings. But what
that list is probably long as fuck.
Mad long. He's like
that probably was the whole monologue.
At some point, he kept running through the list. I'm like, all right, we get the point. You feel me? But like, no, it was important for him to really because how many you come up with your anecdotal stories about what illegal aliens do, quote unquote. Yeah. But whenever it's time to address the elephant in the room, there's no changes to the Second Amendment. You always point, oh, this is a constitutional right. But then you don't respect constitutional rights.
Facts.
On the other hand, when it's not something that is stopping your agenda.
Why don't? Yeah, no, that's crazy. That's a good point,
bro. They're playing in our faces, bro.
And they've been. But now it's like you remember. So I remember when, like close to when Trump became president the first time, it was like a big deal with like how they were like the process by which they were detaining folks and like sending them to different states and different concentration camps, essentially. You feel me? You remember that video or picture where it was like AOC and she was like by the fence and she was crying?
Yes.
Yeah, that was corny. But the reason why like that was even like a thing is because it was like, yo, they're treating these people like mad, inhumane, but they're also not giving them a fair shot at freedom, period. Because they're literally moving them from place to place, like camp to camp, state to state, where they're gonna have less of a fair trial because of the judges in those states.
Facts.
Bro, if I've been living in Massachusetts for 5 years, nigga, try me here.
Like why you bring me to Texas? Why you bring me to like Florida and shit like that?
Like you seen that shit with the kid that got sent around? He was in the camp and they weren't feeding the niggas and like what the fuck are y'all niggas doing?
No bullshit.
Like y'all really going like, come on? It's like these are kids, these are families.
At the top of the year, you got these niggas somewhere trying to cut down on like the expenses and da. It's like that shit all costs money to do. Why are we running around sending people to all these
because they're like, if we don't feed
you know what I mean? It's like,
if we don't bed them,
it doesn't make sense.
We can cut costs that way. It's the same shit they do in prisons, bro. And that's another thing.
I feel like no.
That's another thing too, because I be hearing a lot of niggas talking about, oh, like nigga, I got my citizenship. That shit don't matter to me. Nigga. That's so when your bitch ass get locked up in prison and then you going through the same shit these niggas dealing with right now, you gonna want niggas to bail you out. You gonna want niggas to pass a law, raise the age. Nigga, all this shit matter because it's the same shit, bro. Yeah. They doing the same shit to every single one of us in different ways in different places, but it's the same shit, bro.
It's all the same fight.
I got my own immigration policy, right? We do understand you got to have some type of immigration control. We understand that there's got to be some type of process that needs to happen in order. Do you think? We understand that there needs to be some type of immigration control. My thing is, if you can't stop them from getting in, then it's catch me if you can, bro. If I get in, well, no, not catch me if you can, because they're doing that now. But if I get in, unless I commit a crime, unless like there's paperwork or whatever that you like just caught me like without really trying, it's like, damn, I was drunk driving and stuff like that, and then you pulled up my papers and I don't got any. Boom, that's fair game. You caught me, you got me.
Okay,
but I don't think we need to be spending mad resources trying to find people niggas, that are not creating any issues in our community.
Mind you, these niggas are contributing to society.
I mean,
these niggas pay taxes. These niggas do everything that we do.
Me. It's not like
and they're taking up the jobs that most of us don't want to do.
Like, now, let me riddle me this: the waitress. Mm-hmm. You think? Leave it at that. Leave it at that. Nigga, find her. Nigga, that bullshit. But it's okay. My fault.
Yo, insult to injury. They added.
Her last $40, bro.
Trump had a travel ban, enacted a travel ban, right? That included Haiti on a list of, I want to say 13 countries.
Yeah, Venezuela, Haiti.
A lot of the
but then
a lot of countries that America has destabilized. That's the way to look at it.
Ooh, okay.
That's the way to look at it.
And a lot of countries that have, it was similar to the travel ban that happened in 2019 and 2018. A lot of Muslims,
Sudan,
like primarily Muslim.
Yeah.
Let's run through the list, right?
That's fucked up. That's crazy.
But no, the reason why I say that, see your point that you was bringing up before we started recording, a lot of these countries, initially, the 13, whatever number it was, are countries that the U.S.
It was
has
12.
destabilized their government.
Type shit.
So, of course, these people are leaving their homes
Right.
to come over here, and then you're trying to send them back?
And Haiti's a
The
prime
place that
example
you
of that.
just fucked
Well, they're
up?
trying to
That
stop
nigga-
them. They're
like,
trying to
what?
stop them from having the opportunity to get
Even
visas.
come here.
Period.
Yeah,
to even
facts.
go through a legal
Facts.
process to get
fucked
here.
up.
All right?
Exactly.
So
It's fucked up.
here's the original 12 country list, like full entry suspension, right? Now I want you guys
Which
to
is
know.
crazy.
I want you guys to notice if there's any commonalities.
No bullshit.
All right.
No bullshit.
So these are the countries in Africa:
Okay.
Chad,
Crazy.
Congo,
Crazy.
Guinea, Eritrea,
Eritrea.
Somalia,
That's a tricky one.
Sudan. In the Middle East, you got
Somalia's on there, really?
Somalia's on there.
Damn.
For the Middle East, you got
Damn.
Iran,
I mean,
Libya,
Eritrea right there
Yemen.
too, I guess, so.
In Asia, you
Damn.
got Afghanistan, Myanmar.
Oh yeah, Myanmar. Yo, that's where
Myanmar.
like Aung San Suu Kyi from.
Okay.
She's
and
tough.
then one country from the Caribbean, Haiti. But it doesn't stop there. Those are the ones like full stop.
That's not odd.
Hold on. Let's continue because it gets odder when you because he expanded his list to another
I mean, that was crazy.
25 to 30 countries.
So they expanded it by 25.
So no, 25 countries in Africa, right? I'm not gonna read through the whole list. Cape Verde, my home country, not my home
Cape
country.
Verde's on
They
there.
added Cape Verde?
Cape Verde is on this
Damn.
list.
Oh, see, that's why the nigga cared.
That's why he cared. I wonder why
You
you
didn't know
said
that?
that
He
shit.
didn't care at first.
I wonder why you said that shit. Cause I was like, damn, this nigga really locked in.
They added Cape Verde.
That's
They
why,
added
nigga.
Cape Verde, bro.
Wow.
They added Cape
Hey,
Verde.
he seen Nigeria and he's like, okay,
He was like,
Cape Verde, nigga, Congo,
Angola.
bitch.
So I just I'm seeing Cameroon, Chad, what's it called? Djibouti, Ethiopia,
Damn.
you know,
Ethiopia on
Uganda, Zambia, Zimbabwe, Egypt. And then on the Asia front, they added
Egypt
Cambodia,
I don't even know.
Kazakhstan. They got countries in the Papua New Guinea, in the like 4 other countries in the Pacific Islands.
What did the
And
Pacific
then-
Islanders do?
They kind of
from the-
black.
From the Caribbean,
Samoan niggas,
Antigua and Barbuda, Dominica, and then St. Kitts and Nevis.
Dominica
right?
on
Or
there?
whatever. Yeah.
Why?
Now,
What the fuck? Why? What did these niggas do?
just a quick, you know.
Aren't there like terms that they're like asking them to abide by? They have like a certain amount of time. It's like if you can't do this thing within this time, then you're on the list.
I'm not 100% sure. But what I am 100% sure of is that there is a continent that has no countries listed, and I think it's very convenient.
Yeah.
No European countries are listed in that list at all.
To be fair, no North American countries either.
No North American either. Okay.
To be fair, it'd be kind of hard to do.
North
though.
America has like 3 countries, bro. And you're not going to include
Actually,
yourself.
some of the Pacific Islands probably, yeah.
But that's very convenient, I would say. But you also said there's a rhyme or reason to these travel bans, right?
Yeah, so they were looking at who has the most overstayed like visas.
Mhm.
And so to be fair, some of the lowest percentage is you know what I mean, Britain is like UK, some like Germany, shit like that. It is a lot of those European countries that have the lowest like percentage. Who also
lowest
of-
percentage
of people that stay past their visa.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Or past their like
Because when you get
their
your visa,
temporary-
they tell you like you have however many
You have-
months or years. You know what I mean? And sometimes you
The
have to be there
country-
for a specific purpose.
purpose, yeah.
You know, if they
Visa,
issue
yeah.
you a student visa,
Yeah.
you're
It's
supposed
like
to be
class
in
A,
school.
That
class B, or class
that
1 and
shit-
class 2. Those are the ones that they were looking at. Haiti does have the most people that have stayed.
And you know what I'm gonna tell you?
But and they also don't have like nearly the highest percentage of people that have come.
You know what I'm gonna tell you?
So it's But
Cape Verdeans too definitely be overstaying their visas, but that's still fucked up.
there's not that many of y'all though.
You don't got a dry snitch like that.
No, there's
man.
mad of us.
That's good. Nah, it's bad. He's like, yo,
They're actually mad of us.
that's for us.
I had
Too much?
no. I'm not saying too much. I had to
Should've had
realize
one on the
I
list,
really
gang.
gotta
I
like
don't know.
stand on this because like a lot of us wouldn't be here if we went through the legal processes. You feel me? And
But then you got through though.
we got
Can I
through.
can I ask you a
And
genuine
we
question?
positive contributors to society.
This is
Bullshit.
a genuine question. Right?
What's up?
Jason,
Why do people want to leave Cape Verde?
Why do people want to leave
Yeah.
Cape Verde? Job opportunity. You know what I mean? Just being able to get like better paying jobs. The government isn't as there's like fraud
Mhm.
and corruption in the government. it's not a bad place to live. There's a lot of people who stay. You know what I mean?
I don't know the history like that, right?
Or if you can accumulate your wealth
That's
here,
what I was about to say.
and then
Like,
you go back,
why is there not a
your money
wave
will
of people
stretch.
just going back to improve the economy? So, yo, I got my money. I made my money in America. Coming back in
Maybe that's
beautification.
Maybe that's the move for all of us. Maybe that's the move is that for us to accumulate as much wealth as we can
and
then bring it back. But then one thing you start to realize, right?
That's a good question.
Sometimes that's also, you got to think, sometimes that's harmful to the community.
Because the wealth is so unproportional?
Yeah, the disparity. Like, I even thought about, like, when I joked around about, like, yo, I'm about to get like a dual citizenship to Portugal so I could leave, before it really gets bad over here, right? But that's what a lot of people are doing, where it's like, people, imagine this, right? What if you can even have a remote job where you work in America, but you live in, the foreign country?
Yeah.
Like, you can afford things that other people can't afford.
That's true.
It's gonna be that type of class of people who are raising the house prices that make it hard for the locals to even be able to have housing of their own.
That's what's happening in Ghana.
Oh.
When niggas is like,
because there's a movement there to like,
it was because of the government over there was like, yeah, we want more, but they're like intentionally displacing people who are from there in order to invite African American people there.
Yeah, people who don't even.
That's crazy.
Who aren't actually from, like, don't have.
There's a lot of niggas that fuck with that though, and I'm like, no, stop.
So that's what I'm thinking. How do you work around that?
Harmful.
How do you work around that?
Well, don't hoard your wealth.
Like, no,
accumulate your wealth and then try to, actually build the infrastructure of the country you're living in.
Like, don't go somewhere else and then try to live the most lavish lifestyle you can. Go there
because you can do that.
I mean, live modest, but try to build.
If you're making American wage, you can go to Verde. You can have 2 maids. You can live in a great home. You might be
one of the richest niggas there.
You would live so comfortably.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? But who are you helping?
What? Are the Verde the American dollar?
No, you'd have to exchange it.
What's the Cape Verde dollar?
Escudo.
What's that mean? Like buck or something?
I don't know. Tell me, bro.
I'm saying it wrong?
Niggas started locking in.
Nigga don't know if I'm saying
it, bro. All right.
What are they using in Haiti? They use American dollar?
Good. Yeah. It's a good. G-O-U-D. Good.
Y'all niggas is mad funny. Niggas said,
I think that's what it is.
Your money is good with me.
Nigga sounded Indian. That's what you look like. You look Indian now, nigga.
You see it?
Oh, do be saying that. They're like, yo, you be doing that podcast with that Indian nigga, right? Like,
no one's ever said that.
Niggas saying that?
No one's ever said that.
Yo, give me a list of them niggas.
Who said that?
I just need to know.
Put a name to
I'm
it.
trying to remember who told me that in the event that I was at. Who said that to
That's
me?
mad jarring if you think I'm here saying the N-word and I'm Indian.
Man.
That's crazy. What do they think about y'all?
They had enough guts to come up to me and be like, hey, how's it going? Like, oh, I fuck with your podcast.
Bro, I love how many people say they fuck with the podcast, can't like, and then they just say a fact that's like
it was not even true.
You don't watch. You feel me?
They was like, yeah, you be with that Indian nigga. That's crazy.
Or you say something like, yo, like, I seen people at the ICA, and when we went to the Juneteenth event, and they were like, yo, I fuck with the part, bro. What y'all got going on? And I'm like, yeah, we just got to get back to it. We haven't recorded in a couple of weeks. Oh, word? I ain't even noticed. Like, it's like,
I'm like, why didn't you? Why in that moment? Could have just been like, facts. Niggas can't even lie no more. Niggas is too earnest in their bullshit, bro.
Hey man, shame man.
I feel you though.
But closing remarks, I guess, with everything that's going on, a lot of it feels out of our control.
That nigga need to get popped.
I'm hip. Where's Mario? Where's Luigi's brother?
Hey, I ain't saying nothing else beyond that, nigga.
I'm just saying,
what
bro.
you said was worse. Come on.
I'm not saying anything beyond that.
Yours was a little bit more direct.
I was about to say, like,
saying.
But
hey, man.
Luigi. Like, we need a couple of y'all, like, really, you feel me? If you feel like you don't got much to live for us.
Yo, also, what the fuck? What about the Third Amendment? Them niggas violating the Third Amendment, no?
The freedom of press?
Does it matter?
Is that the Third Amendment? No, that's
you think they
I thought
care?
The Third Amendment was when niggas, or it was the Fourth, when niggas can't come into your crib.
Do you think they care, bro?
Isn't that facts?
Do you think they care?
Let me see what.
Like,
some bullshit, bro.
None of they don't give a shit.
They're not supposed to be able to come into your crib.
Prohibits the quartering of soldiers in private homes. Wait, what's the connection?
Bro, I feel like if they're bringing ice into your crib, or like you cannot come to my crib.
Ice into your crib?
Bro, ice be breaking in a nigga. They be busting down niggas' doors.
To be fair, I don't know if they consider
that's different. Quartering.
I feel you, but it's
quartering is like they used to have to keep a random soldier in their house. It's a little bit. That's such an outdated ass rule. That's crazy.
A lot of these shit's a little outdated. Nigga.
I know.
I feel like we can modify the Third Amendment to be like, yo, y'all can't break into my house. Quartering of soldiers. It doesn't have to be quartering of soldiers. It can be entering of soldiers into my crib. You're not allowed in my house. Because I would say that ICE, any military, like any operations or agents of the state, you cannot enter my house without a warrant, right? Is that not already a thing? So why the fuck they doing it still?
Because they expect, I don't know, people not to care about illegal immigrants.
Hey, strap up, gang.
I'm sure there's some like loophole.
Do what you gotta do, man. Strap up. These niggas is not playing.
Do
you think it needs to go that far?
Second Amendment's still valid, right?
Nah, for sure. For sure. I think it's way more important that you weaponize yourself as quickly as possible.
Strap up,
because
gang.
that you might not even have the option to do it. I mean, imagine they just like took that off the table. Like
what MOK say? Hey man, I ain't gonna start nothing. But you mess with me and my family, I will do what I must do to protect myself and them.
That's valid.
Strap up, man.
That's very valid.
All right, now
non-violence till the violence gets non. You feel me?
Now I just hate that.
It's for fun.
I just hate that Nate just took all the wind out of my sails because he guessed who I was talking about earlier in the pod.
I've been locked into baseball, bro.
Because I had it in my topic list because I seen it on Twitter and I was flabbergasted.
That shit was amazing.
Huh? No Twitter? You still going strong?
Nah,
you been on Twitter?
No.
Nah, can y'all hop back on Twitter? There's like mad things I want to share with y'all that I cannot.
This nigga lonely.
I am mad lonely on platform a little bit, bro. I'm about to
getting the notifications, people DMing me, and I'm like, y'all know what I'm on. Come on, man.
Oh, you still have the app. You just don't click it.
I'm not deleting that.
You're strong.
Okay.
To see a notification and just ignore it?
It's not much. I really don't be getting notifications like that no more.
Damn.
First couple weeks, I feel like once you stop being on there, it'd be like
Twitter slick. It'll start you'll get back on the app and it'll be like 20 notifications. You click the 20 notifications, it's everything other niggas be doing, bro. And it's like, y'all just pump fake me. Like
they was like, yo.
Nigga thought he was popping.
I did. I
thought the streets want me.
And then it was like,
he's like, what did I tweet?
Johnny tweeted. And I was like, man, fuck this.
He's like, what Johnny tweet? You read it though. You like, all right.
That's funny.
But Sammy Sosa's black again. And that's insane to me, bro. Like, I know we got a lot of topics to get through, but like, this is very important. Like,
I did see that picture on Reddit.
Why Dominican Republic not on the list?
Bro,
that's crazy. My fault.
I can't speak on that.
That's crazy. That's crazy. It's the
niggas
same
on the
island.
same island.
It's the same island. That's
crazy.
fucking
That
insane.
actually is dumb crazy.
Yo, nah, Trump is bugging. Sammy Sosa black, huh?
Sammy Sosa's black. And I think we all know, if you ever watched like Atlanta, there was like the joke that they had, like, yo, search up Sammy Sosa in the pink hat, and you just see a wild version of Sammy Sosa.
Nasty
yo,
work.
First of all, this is a legendary baseball player.
Facts.
Who'd he play for?
Chicago Cubs.
The Chicago Cubs.
He was at Wrigley like yesterday, I think.
Yeah.
That's what I was seeing.
That's
where
the picture came from.
Because you see him, he's dark skinned again. Because he bleached his
face.
face.
Light skin.
He's darker again.
He's black again.
Black again.
No.
He's black again. He's not as
no, he's black.
He's black.
If I saw him, I think he's Cuban.
Type shit.
You feel me? Like,
I'd be like, okay.
Yo, it's not a little crazy.
But compared to what he was,
from,
no, for sure.
He was pink, bro. He used to be pink, bro.
That shit looked nasty.
He had the texturizer on. All the bleaching techniques.
Hey, bro, you know,
do you think he's pissed off that, like, did he let it get back to the way it was supposed to be?
Probably heard niggas making fun of him.
He probably did.
Cause let me tell you, that nigga, there's niggas that don't even know baseball that know Sammy Sosa because he won.
For the wrong reasons, right?
Sure.
You feel me? And I feel like that he was like, all right.
Yo, Danny Glover is the reason why me yes black.
Donald Glover.
Yeah, Donald Glover.
Danny Glover.
Shout out Danny Glover. You still alive?
I hope so.
Yo, you gotta stop putting that on
That's such a crazy thing. He's still alive. That's
that's just a crazy phenomenon of just like
classic. No bullshit.
He wasn't. He bleached his skin so he could appear lighter, but he was never in on with that group.
Facts.
Because they looked at him like, yo, you look
crazy,
crazy,
bro.
And then black people looking at him like,
damn,
you look crazy, bro. And you don't want to be one of us.
Type shit.
So now,
honestly, we've kept niggas in for less. It's really just because he looked crazy.
Do we accept him out? Like, do we swap Kanye out, bring Sammy Sosa in?
Is that the equivalent?
That's a good trade. I think that's a good trade.
I don't think that's
Sammy
a bad
Sosa's nice. Sammy Sosa's nice.
Bully was
I
ass.
don't know. You listen to it?
What I did.
I ain't listen to it.
What was that nigger KKK music he was making, bro? Whatever that bullshit was.
Nah,
Hail Hitler.
Oh, whatever it was,
You
bro.
wasn't jacking the
That's on Bully?
Yeah, bro.
I didn't know that.
Nonsense.
I'm surprised you listened to this.
I only listen to snippets.
Oh.
Did not listen to the full. Bro,
So
I've
you
not,
didn't-
I've not listened to a full Kanye album since
That's
Donda.
when
I doubt that. You
That
listen
song
to
was
Vultures?
I mean,
alright.
so
You
serious.
didn't listen to Vultures?
Not the whole thing.
So you listened to it,
Not the whole thing.
but you did listen.
I definitely said I've not listened to a full Kanye album in a minute.
Okay. You can say so.
You want to take my
I
word
think
for
that's a
it?
fair trade.
Not like, sure.
Fair trade?
I think it's a fair trade.
Let's do it. All right.
Sammy Sosa for
Sammy
Kanye.
Sosa for Kanye.
Kanye can be with them. They don't vote. Nah, it's not a fair trade because they're not gonna accept Kanye. No group is taking him right now.
Yeah,
All right, how about we add
kinda
Sammy
on the island,
Sosa?
No bullshit.
We ought to give him something compelling. What do y'all think? Who can we sacrifice? Terry Crews?
Yo, they trying to get Tyler Perry out of here?
Everybody hates
Oh,
Chris.
Tyler Perry
They
could
trying to get
definitely
Tyler
go,
Perry out of
bro.
here?
Nah, for sure.
Nah, Tyler Perry can stay.
What's
We
up with
Nah.
that? What's up with that?
Let's wait till the suit is
Why
up.
his name's in the news?
Bro, he
Well,
got a
hit-
lawsuit. $260 million lawsuit.
How much?
$260 million.
Can we ignore the lawsuit? Because
You saw Straw?
I want to talk about Straw.
Straw's tough.
No.
My mom was telling me about this.
No.
Hold on. My mom was telling me about this movie. Like,
It was crazy. It was good.
You watched
That
this?
movie was.
It was
You watched it?
I watched it.
You
It
watched
was,
it?
It was
I watched
good.
15 minutes.
No, you gotta
Oh,
finish it. No,
hold
no,
on.
no,
Okay,
you gotta
hold
finish
on,
it. It
hold
was good.
He
You
can-
saw it? Yo, it
Yo,
was good. It was
Nate
good.
can speak on it afterwards.
this is what, Taraji?
Yes, this is what
Yeah,
Taraji.
Okay,
bro,
okay.
Tyler Perry makes some bad movies, bro. This one was good.
Listen,
It was
peep
good.
this. You could speak after I speak because I obviously don't have the full context. I did hear what
It was
happened
good,
with
bro.
the rest of the shit. But yo, you never watched it,
No.
Eves. Okay, my mom told me like, yo.
My mom also told me, yes.
Yeah, my mom's like, yo, you want to watch it? Y'all should go watch
You
that.
watch
It made
it.
me cry.
My mom said the same thing.
Right? Okay, damn. Yo, you see, Tyler Perry got the black women.
In the chokehold.
You know
you
how to get
yeah.
the moms
You
going,
know
bro.
what's crazy? He did like a speech on the BET Awards. He's like, if y'all love Straw, y'all gonna love my next one,
I did
Divorce
see that.
Sisters.
Yeah.
And it's like, yo, this is
This
nasty.
nigga know, he know what he doing.
He knows his demographic.
He knows what he's doing.
Yo, let me tell you, bro.
Was
First 15 minutes of that movie, we try it, bro. Me and my girl, we turn it on. First 15 minutes of the movie, they gave
Trauma.
Taraji P. Henson's character the worst circumstances
it gets worse.
ever, bro. Oh, I know it gets worse. I found out. But like in the beginning, bro,
Listen, tell me.
single mother,
Yep.
can't feed her kid.
Okay.
Kid
Can't-
owes like $40 in lunch money.
Can't bathe the kid with hot water because the electricity's out.
So is this his version of Pursuit of Happiness?
No,
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 this
no.
is like
Hell
no.
no.
Pursuit of Happiness
Hell
was
no.
optimistic.
This
it was
is hell no.
despite
Eventually,
all
it
of
was optimistic.
No.
Nah.
They threw the whole kitchen sink of every
Immediately.
Bro, it was trauma porn.
trauma.
It's trauma porn, bro. It's trauma porn.
Did
If
she
you
have like
enjoy that
auto,
type,
like? Did she have a disease as well?
Her,
Like
her
she's
daughter
dying?
does. Her daughter be having seizures and shit.
Damn.
you feel
Trauma,
me?
trauma.
More trauma. You feel me?
Okay.
She go to work. Her
She-
boss is yelling at her.
Wait,
She-
before she even get to
Where
work,
does she work?
You got
Yeah.
the person who's trying to kick her out. The
her
the
landlord.
landlord is trying to evict her.
Yep. Her landlord's trying to evict her.
Where's
You
it
got
based?
Sinbad. I don't know. It's in like it's probably in LA.
Uh,
Sinbad
But
is in the
she
movie.
gets to
Shout out
work.
my nigga Sinbad.
She gets to work. Boss already on her
on her
ass.
ass because she's late a little bit.
Then she gets a call from the school like, yo, you gotta come pick up your daughter.
No. That's not even. Because in between that, a customer's over here trying to
Spoiler
scam.
alert for the niggas
Customers
who
yelling
wanted
at
to
her.
watch it.
Watch
Trying
this
to-
fucking movie.
Customers trying to
I
know.
know,
Watch it. It's good.
I don't care about spoilers.
Not a good movie. Customers trying to get through on the food stamp. She's telling them, no, nigga throwing a bottle at her feet and shit. Glass bottle at her feet.
Bro, it
now
was
she's going
the
to the
most
back to clean up. Boss on her
ridiculous
ass.
movie. 15 minutes in, I'm like, yeah, let's
So
throw
Nate,
on
how does it
let's
end?
throw
No,
on my
it's
wife and kids, bro.
How does
This
it
is
end? Does she like?
ridiculous. This is
It's good
ridiculous.
television. How does it end?
So bad shit happens to her. Bad shit happens to her. Bad shit happens to her. She leaves. She gets stopped by the police because she is like,
add police.
yeah, it's crazy. Now
Oh
she
my
gets
God.
stopped by the police, and like she goes to her daughter's school to go bring her daughter the money. She only goes to work that day because she's trying to get a check. She goes to the bank to cash the check. The bank won't let her cash the check
Because
They
she don't
won't
have
let
her ID.
They won't let her take money out of her account. She goes
Her
back.
own account.
Yeah, to go because she's like, they're like, if you take that money, you'll be overdrawn, or you'll be
damn.
below the limit for the account.
Okay,
So you
gotcha.
can't, we can't let you take that. So she leaves, right? So now she's like, all right, I gotta go figure the next thing out. She's leaving. She's trying to get to the daughter's school. Still, She's maneuvering, getting to the daughter's school.
Mind you,
she gets
her
pulled over
boss
by the
said
police.
you have 30 minutes to get back or you don't have a
Facts.
job. And she's trying
Wait,
to...
this is still the first 15 minutes?
She
No,
gets,
this is not the first
it
15
goes
minutes.
down.
I
It
know
goes
more.
down.
How do you
I
know
stop.
more?
But then
Okay.
she gets to the school. Her daughter's getting taken away by CPS. You feel me? So now she's like, oh no, what the fuck? So then she leaves, right? She leaves and then she's trying to get back to work. Gets pulled over by the police. And the officer hits her car, right? Because she skis by them, but then the officer hits her car, then pulls her. Then she gets pulled over by the because the officer's plainclothes, so she doesn't know it's an officer.
Oh.
So she cuts him off, and then he hits her, and then she's like, "What the fuck?" She's spinning out.
I don't even see by scene.
it's bad,
How does it end, bro?
Bro,
The
no,
daughter
you got-
was dead the whole time.
What?
Yes.
Yeah, the daughter died
She was
the night
hallucinating.
before. And so she lost it. Like she was going insane because like all the bad stuff was still happening to her.
That's actually a kind of good story.
Tyler Perry's a bad person, bro.
Yo,
Nah, bro.
I didn't expect that
You had to
ending.
watch it, bro. You
I
had to
didn't
watch
expect
it.
that.
Because I'm thinking it's just a regular Tyler Perry movie. Mad bad shit happening.
She was dead the
goes
whole
back
time.
she goes back to the bank because she's trying to get she's trying to cash her check. Before she even gets to the bank,
She tries to rob the
she
bank.
doesn't try to rob the bank. That's not what she's trying to do. You gotta watch the movie. She's saying mad times. She goes to her job, back to her job. Her boss fires her. She's trying to get her check. She goes home. All her shit's on the ground. All her daughter's medication. So then she leaves.
I'm
She's
about
like,
to
I need
cry,
this
bro.
check.
That's some sad
It's sad.
shit.
She goes back to the job. And then her boss is getting robbed. She stops the robbers by shooting him. The boss is still on her ass saying, you set this up.
She
I'm
stopped
calling
the
police."
robbers?
Yeah, and her boss is calling the police
So now
on her.
she's a fucking hitman?
She shoots her boss, takes her check, goes to cash the check, keeps the blick.
And her daughter's dead.
Mind you, she has a backpack with her daughter's
This
science
is a terrible
project.
story, actually.
Hold on, wait.
Take it
No,
back.
no, listen.
This is
She has her daughter's science project in the bag, goes to the bank.
They think it's a bomb.
They think it's a bomb because it's a blinking red
This
light.
movie is
So now she's in the bank. She's like, I just want to cash my check. They won't let her cash her check because you don't got her. So now she's scared. The ladies at the but listen.
Time out.
Tiana Taylor.
She in the movie too?
Tiana Taylor plays a cop in the movie that's investigating the whole thing. It's pretty good.
What?
And she wearing, it's crazy. Her vest is like contoured. It's fashion. It's weird.
Yo, bro.
Time out.
This is the dumbest movie.
No.
Tyler Perry doesn't
Hold on.
like black people.
Hold on. I agree. But let me say this. You saw Divorce in the Black. I know you watched that whole movie.
I did not, bro.
You didn't watch
that?
the whole movie?
No.
Divorce in the Black?
What is Divorce?
Divorce in
That's
the
the other Tyler Perry movie that
The
was on
last
Amazon.
Tyler Perry movie I watched was a girl.
The three astronauts or whatever?
No.
He's just
She set up her husband, and there was like a whole plot to like just. It was another dumbass movie.
That was a bad one. This one was good. It's not.
You had me at the beginning?
No, listen, bro.
And then you got a little more
I'm
detail.
just giving you all the.
It sounds stupid as shit.
It is stupid.
Dumb
It
as
is.
fuck.
It's ridiculous. But I'm telling you, if you watch it, it'll make you feel something, and it won't be bad. You'll be like, okay.
Oh,
But the daughter being dead the whole time makes it crazy.
suspend all.
So what happened to the son?
Suspend.
What son? There's no son.
There's no son?
Ah,
Oh, I
shit,
lost
I
that. My fault. I
Suspend
thought there was a
all
son.
belief in reality when you watch this movie.
It's a good movie, bro.
Right.
It's not up there.
And-
like it's not great. It's not one of the best films I've
What's
ever
the
seen.
runtime?
It's like 2 hours,
That's long.
but it's
For
good.
that, for all that, that's long.
When you get past the first 50, like because
first
that's
50.
where all the like it's setting it up.
Yo,
Bro,
I want
the last 20
a
minutes of the
list.
movie and make it worth.
I want a list of everybody who was in that storyboard room. Okay,
It was just him.
that.
It might be.
You know
Tyler
it was
Perry.
just him.
Whoever
It
was
was
doing the
him.
story
I
writing.
saw the episode of Atlanta.
It was just him.
Nigga, write it on the fly.
Unemploy that person.
It's-
That's Tyler Perry.
It's just him.
Unemploy this man.
It's written, directed, and produced by Tyler
course
Perry.
it was.
You know it's just
So why does Tyler Perry not like black people?
Why does he hate black women?
Why does he hate black men? Why are you always making the most evilest men ever?
Nah, but those.
You know what I'm saying? You
Nah,
feel me?
those are good, bad black men.
I've
Like,
never.
The boss
and
was a good bad black
Yo,
man.
listen.
No. I'm talking about back
That
in the
boss was
day.
evil.
I'm talking about back in the day. Diary of a Mad Black Woman.
Those are
Medea's
bad.
Family
They were
Reunion.
abusers, bro.
Yeah, but
Maybe
they were
this
good characters. You
segues.
hated them, bro.
Maybe
Like,
this
I hated
segues into the
boss.
other topic.
You hated her boss?
I didn't get through enough, bro, to hate him. No bullshit.
What?
I was like, yo, this is kind of valid, bro. Why?
That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Yo, this is a stupid movie.
Bro, all I'm saying is,
Has there been
I feel you. You should
Has there
watch
been
it.
positive light on a straight black man in the Tyler Perry movie?
Yeah, bro.
Which
And
ones?
bro, Diary of a
the
Mad
Tyler
Black Woman.
Perry one. The Tyler Perry character. Literally.
When he's playing the character.
His one. The one who's a lawyer
What
and
was the
shit.
one in Diary of a Mad Black? Not that one. Yeah, Diary of a Mad Black Woman. The light skinned nigga.
Shamar Moore.
Yeah, bro.
His character.
Shamar Moore, the fucking fucked up goatee. Shamar Moore.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I forgot about
Good
that.
dude, bro. Good dude.
That braid wig was
How do I-
crazy.
Come on.
Why did I get
Why?
married?
Why did
Who's
I
a good-
get married?
I guess the only person that was
Him.
kind of in a good light was himself.
Himself, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Bro, it's because
Everyone else
bro,
has some shit.
Hey, he got trauma from growing up with evil black men, bro. You feel me?
So now you
So
turn
no-
into entertainment and make money off of it.
Yeah, turn your trauma to triumph, bro. That's black power.
But
That's
at
excellence.
the humiliation of other people.
I didn't say it was right.
That
I'm
shit's
just
so ridiculous.
describing what happens.
And again, he's
It
got
makes
this
sense to me. I just
he's
don't
got
think it's
this
okay.
new TV series, Divorce Sisters. What you think that's about?
It's a series.
It's a series.
It's about to be tough.
Figure.
Let me say, bro.
I mean,
I hear you. I hear you.
Oh wow.
I
I
guess
hear
I-
you. I don't like
I
the
understand
Tyler
why
Perry
Taraji
movies.
is still loyal to him because she continues to get paid. from
Sure.
him. So it makes sense why
I don't
she
blame
keeps
her.
signing up for these
This
roles.
movie
But-
was not bad, bro. It's ridiculous, but it's not bad. Because
Because it's
he has some
ridiculous,
bad
it's
ones,
bad.
bro.
I watched great movies over the weekend, bro.
I didn't say it was
And
great.
They were
I'm not saying this is a great movie. Do not listen.
All right.
This is a watchable movie,
Mm.
and it's not bad. It's good,
It wasn't watchable for me, clearly.
bro. But that's because, like, bro, like, have you ever seen something like that? You be living through those experiences. And that's why I kept watching.
Bro, if he
'Cause I
kept
was
like,
you know,
2 out of 5
I mean-
of the struggles, he had to give her all the
I
struggles.
know people that's struggling with all those things right now. That's why I was like, you know what? Even though it's ridiculous, at least this is stuff that I know.
It
Like, this
sounds
can happen
a
to
lot,
anyone.
bro. It sounds like a lot.
It do be, bro. Black women be dealing with a lot, bro.
Okay, but the thing is,
No
who's trying to
bullshit.
turn on the TV?
I don't know
and,
black
like,
women who's
get
shooting
reminded of
robbers
all of
and
No,
that.
that's where it gets movie. You feel me? Fantastical. It starts getting a little ridiculous.
Wait, but
I know a lot of black women right now who are struggling. They got
No, this
kids
is true.
that have like sicknesses and
I
stuff. They're
think this
trying
is
to feed
why
their
our
kids.
mothers
You know what I mean?
were crying at the
See,
movie.
yeah, bro. They was watching. They was like, I did struggle.
Yeah.
Type shit.
But then I also don't like the fact that he's playing on their emotions like that.
my mom is a part of the problem.
It was- no,
E's
it's-
mom is a part of the problem. They're the
was a
reason that
good
Tyler
movie, though.
Perry's going
It
to go
has
on another 15 movie run, bro.
This movie is positive though. It does have a positive outcome because
She gets shot at the end.
no, she doesn't, bro. She does, but that didn't actually happen. That didn't actually happen. That's not true.
You're making
In
me
the-
more mad the more
No, because what
information you
happens at the
reveal.
end is that she's like, the people that are along, because people vouch for her character, the system doesn't want to give her a chance.
Mhm.
But because people vouch for her character throughout the movie and say, like, she's just going through a lot, bro. Like, this shit can happen to any of us. You feel me? At the end of the movie, she does get arrested because she's committed crimes. You feel me? But like, the people around her, it's like a whole movement behind her being like, yo, like, this is real shit. This literally can happen to anyone. We need to care about each other more. It's real shit, bro.
Kind of no,
How do
because
I
you don't
get-
got a mic.
How do I get? I mean, yeah, get him the mic.
Is it quick?
I got. I just want to say, I feel like y'all looking at it in a negative light.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, I don't know
We're
what I'm looking
looking
at.
at it
I
as
don't
a
know what I'm
negative
looking
light.
at. Like I'm going
You
for
ain't
what I
seen the
was
movie,
told.
bro.
It is sounds.
It's also spreading awareness about like why black women act the way they act.
See?
You gotta
See,
recap this
spin.
because they don't hear this.
Yeah,
you gotta
yeah,
recap
yeah.
this.
Wait,
So,
take the mic.
Summarize his words. All right, we got Too Tough in the room.
Oh, what's the word? Joe? What's the word?
mic's on?
Is it?
It is on.
I worry. So basically, what I said was, it kind of like,
We're
And
looking at it in a negative light.
all right. So I feel like they're looking at it in a negative light because if you look at it from a different perspective, like it shows why like black women act the way they act, like towards like society standards, and also like it shows like what black women go through like on a day-to-day basis, especially single mothers. Like, so I feel like y'all gotta change y'all perspective on the
That's what I'm
movie,
saying.
like-
I'll watch it.
It's not bad.
I
You'll
will
probably
watch
be
it.
like, you know what?
I will
It's
watch
not
it.
bad.
I'm gonna give it a chance.
It's not the worst movie I've ever seen.
I doubt it will be.
And
There's
it
a
had-
lot of
it
bad
had-
movies.
it had-
out there.
Once I got to the twist at the end though,
Mhm.
I was like,
When you said it, it got me.
that's what
I
I'm
was like, oh,
saying.
shit.
No, but-
like it's still not great, but it's like, all right,
Yeah.
This is what I
he
got.
got worse movies under his belt for sure.
This is my response to that though. This is not an isolated movie. Well, I'm not judging this as an isolated movie. I'm judging it having watched all of the ridiculous Tyler Perry movies and just seeing why is it, because let's say, okay, this is some black women's realities,
For sure.
right? But why is it every time there's a movie featuring a black woman in his movies, it's always a negative light. It's always the worst portrayal of the worst circumstances a black woman can go to. Imagine how
That's all we
dangerous that
know.
is to
No,
an
it's not.
audience of non-black
might be.
people
It's not all black
and what
women.
their perception of
Is
a
he
black
married?
woman is
Tyler Perry?
when they watch these movies.
I don't know.
But I'm saying like that's what he's showing. He's bringing it to life. But you also got to think about it on the flip side. A lot of people never seen that before.
They did. The first movie, the second movie,
Bro,
the
I'm
third
talking
I
about-
don't
movie.
know, bro. I
We
feel
like
like
it's different.
I feel like in that
movies
same,
in, bro.
I
in
never
that
seen
same
them.
point, it's like you could create films that are more positively.
Oh no,
driven.
for sure. Don't get me wrong. I don't disagree with you at all. I do think that it's ridiculous. You can do it in a different way if you're gonna do it. At the same time, though, this is better than what he's done before.
Nah, bro, because Diary of a Mad Black
That's
Woman is
facts.
fire.
Okay,
Fire.
that's one.
That's a classic. He got a classic under his belt.
For sure.
I Can Do Bad All By Myself.
That's good.
That's another Taraji one. I can rock with that one.
Okay.
That's mild, bro. You feel me?
Taraji cooked too in this movie.
He
by the
threw
way.
everything at her. It was naughty, bro. It was naughty. It was nasty.
She
bro.
cooked, bro. It's a good movie.
It was nasty. Anyways,
Divorce system.
while we're still on the topic, divorce is crazy, bro.
All right, it's
It's like
I don't know. I'm not watching. I won't be indulging though. I won't be partaking in Divorce Sisters. I
Bro,
won't engage.
let's let's have a fun exercise where we guess the next Tyler Perry movie based on just what we know about Tyler Perry.
Okay.
So we're not getting divorce sister spot.
So I think
So I was gonna say
Divorce
one of
Sisters.
them.
So we can start with three.
Probably divorce a man with older white woman. That's probably one of them.
Chain Bros.
One of them probably
Chain
is actually
bros.
closeted. You feel me? And then the wife found out that the man's closeted.
Bro, but that's not iconic cinema though.
Yeah, this is crazy.
You do Independent. That's like not iconic, bro. That's iconic movie. Like, what are you talking? That's Janet Jackson saying that is not iconic, bro. That's like, bro, that's quality filmography right there. Like, I would watch that movie.
So no one
right
answered
now.
my question.
What?
Why is he in the news?
Oh,
You said the lawsuit.
It's a lawsuit. He's being sued
For
for a plethora of things: inhumane conditions, sexual assault, all types of things, or sexual misconduct.
I will.
Do you think it goes anywhere?
I don't know. Maybe
We'll
a
see.
payday. Who knows?
We'll see. Interesting.
260
So-
mil is mad bread.
It's a
Hopefully, you
lot
don't
of money.
settle because you know what they say in the black community: you settle.
You
Guilty.
did that shit. You did
Did that
something.
shit.
Did that
No
shit.
bullshit. You
something.
did that shit.
Did that shit.
Otherwise,
Why
hey,
you think we
listen.
don't hear Shannon Sharp no more? He
I'm
paid
mad. Yo,
something, nigga.
No
Let
bullshit.
me tell you
that
that.
shit came and went quick.
Yeah.
He went right back to talking to fucking all them niggas.
I actually
Bro.
have
Ocho
not seen
Cinco.
him in a
You been
minute.
talking to Ocho a little bit.
YouTube.
No, I just saw him talking to Bun B.
Algorithm.
Bun B.
About Travis
Who-
Scott, actually.
Who was the
Oh,
other nigga?
yeah, I
Who
did
was
see
the
that.
other nigga he was talking to? Fucking, he was Joe Johnson, nigga.
He had an episode with
Oh,
Bow
word?
Wow, and
Word?
I respected that one.
Of
Shout out Joe Johnson.
Of course you
No
would.
bullshit.
So-
Bow Wow was bugging in that interview.
No, he
That
wasn't.
nigga was praising R. Kelly and all types of shit.
Oh, I didn't see that.
He was tripping.
Well, all I know is
he was like, he's unfortunate, but he's really the king of R&B if you think about it.
what's problematic about what he said.
You had to hear him. You had to
It's
hear him.
unfortunate.
You had to hear
yes,
You had to hear the way he was
he's
talking
the king
about
of
him.
R&B.
You had to hear the way he was talking about him.
Maybe a fair claim.
You had to hear the way he was talking about him.
Who else would have that spot of king of R&B?
I know. I mean, I
Other
don't
bad
think
people?
I don't think there's a king of R&B. I think there's a queen. Whitney Houston. I don't think there's a king. I don't like type shit. I got
Now,
you.
I feel
I want
you.
to throw
feel
this
you.
take at y'all, right?
Yeah.
I want to throw this take at y'all. All right. I seen this tweet and I didn't know how to feel about it. You feel me? Part of me was like, are you dumb? But a part of me wanted to take a step back and be like, hold on, am I not seeing everything there is to see about this perspective because maybe I'm being attacked?
Oh, this is the screenshot, Johnny.
Maybe I'm-
Yeah. All right. So someone tweeted, if you understand how oppression and intersectionality works, then look at the black community. Yes, straight black men are the white people of the black community. Also, black men acting as if they aren't privileged in a patriarchal society is propaganda.
Okay, boom. Now that I actually hear it
Heavy
again-
on the last part. No
Now
bullshit.
that I hear it again,
They might can have you there.
Are we the
I
white
understand
men
what they're trying to
of
say.
the
They-
black community?
If you want, I mean,
Listen,
the context
listen.
that they gave.
No, I don't like that. I don't
I
like
think
that.
that is
'Cause what they're trying to
divisive.
do is equate two things that are not equal,
For sure.
right?
I agree.
Yes, straight black men are in a better place in the caste system, right?
Sure.
But we're
That's
not
cis
equal to
heteronormativity.
white men.
For sure.
So it's like, why are you trying to equate the two things? It's
Well, I
just-
think
it's
that-
not.
you
It's
know
a
why they're
false. It's a
trying to
false.
do it.
It's divisive,
equality.
but I think that at the same time, doubling down on it, I think that it's not so much about I think that nowhere in there did they say that these two things are equal. They said that
But to say that they
within
are
within your
when
community,
that
this
thing
is the
they
role.
made a
exists,
parallel.
Within your community, this is the role you take.
No.
nigga, I play the role that I am. I'm a straight black man. That's just all I
Right.
am.
Just like how in our society, straight white men are at the top of the hierarchy.
Yes.
Okay,
Right?
okay.
In the black community, straight black men are at the top of the hierarchy. It's not.
Well,
it's
why
not,
are you
it's
trying
not
to
an
create? Why are you
equation.
trying to create something
It's
that's
not an
isolated
equation.
from reality?
It's not. That's not isolated from reality.
It is by
what do you
saying
mean
that
by
black men are the straight black men are the white men equivalent in
But
our
anyway.
community. But it's like, nigga, we exist in this bigger community. They still exist.
I hear you, but what they're saying doesn't make sense to you.
It
Yes,
makes sense.
It does not
Okay.
make sense. I'm going to
You're
say
saying it doesn't
I
make sense.
understand what they're
But I
trying.
think that's
You know what? No, I take that
It
back.
makes
It
sense.
doesn't make sense.
So it doesn't
I
make
understand
sense.
what they're saying. It doesn't make sense.
So it doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense to you, but you understand what they're saying.
I understand what they're trying to say.
Does it make sense? Does it not make sense to you? And do you understand or do you not understand?
I agree with what he's saying.
So it doesn't make sense, but you understand.
The point they're trying to make is that a straight black man would be more privileged
For sure.
based on a patriarchal system in America, right?
Yes.
But white men are oppressors. Just because straight black men are more privileged of a entire marginalized
So black men
group.
are not oppressors, you mean?
We're being marginalized
Black
ourselves.
men
How are we
can't-
oppressors? Like,
Black men cannot oppress.
They can
Others-
oppress.
I
They
can't say
can
others,
oppress.
but it's a
They
false.
can.
It's a false
They can.
equivalency though, because again,
I hear you.
let's
I'm just
go
asking.
down
I
the
didn't
list.
tweet it. I'm
I'm
just asking.
just saying, but it sounds like you're defending it. So
I'm not defending
You just having a
anything.
conversation.
maybe
You just
you
having a
gotta be the guy
conversation.
on
You
the
just having a
podcast who
conversation.
does.
I'm just asking questions.
Give us some thought.
I could try to.
push
I
it
could
back.
try
I
to
don't. I
defend the other
said
side.
that. I understand what you're saying. I think it's divisive. I would say it a different way.
Okay, I think it's dangerous and divisive for if you look at
I understand
all
what they're saying, though.
all the what am
I might go as far as to say I feel them, but I don't agree.
Yo,
I hear them.
let's if you made a list of
I might
all the
go as far as
atrocities,
I might go
if you
that
made
far.
all the list of atrocities that the white community has committed against the black community,
Mhm. and
we're-
others,
we're going to act like there's an equivalent. I understand black men have caused harm to even other people in the black community,
For sure.
whether
Yes.
it's black women,
But
whether
that
it's
also
gay,
trickles down a lot of times
people,
from
like,
the reception of
trans,
what
all
they're
that.
experiencing above that.
but yo,
For
we're
sure.
not going to compare that to what white people did to black people.
here's what I'll say.
Yeah, facts.
Here's what I'll say. The first point that they're trying to make, I think, is divisive. I don't like that. Now, the second point that they're trying to make, the second point that they are making to me is more significant.
They said
Read the second
also
point again.
black men acting as if they aren't privileged
Mhm.
in a patriarchal society is propaganda.
For
See,
sure.
that's 100. I agree.
I
with
agree.
that. I agree
Hold
with that.
on, hold on.
I do agree with
100%.
that.
Hold on.
I will not.
Hold on.
100%.
I do agree with you 100% that we do have privilege. I think
For sure.
I don't
And
think any
acting
of us
and
in
acting
this
like you
room.
don't.
But what is the propaganda? I need them to actually.
So-
I want to understand what they meant. Like you can't just throw the word
Okay,
propaganda.
this might be the propaganda that we're doing right now. No bullshit. Whoa!
spreading.
Whoa.
We're spreading misinformation on
Does
purpose.
that make sense? Hold on a second. Hold on. Time out. Yo, this
It's
just
like
got,
this thing.
it got meta, bro. Hold on, my brain.
Hold on.
Is this the propaganda that they speak of? Because we're saying that doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense. No, false equivalency.
Okay.
But we also understand what they're trying to say. We understand. No. We understand what they are saying.
We are acknowledging
I understand
their
the
points,
words.
some of their points,
I
and
I
then
understand the word.
and then we're providing
we're-
counter arguments.
Right, but we're also working to like disprove the claim by saying we're not as bad as the white man. That is very
I'm saying I'm
interesting.
not the
That's what
white
he
man.
said.
No, I'm saying that if
He
you
said it, to compare the two is ridiculous. We're not as bad as them.
No, I'm
We've
saying
done harm, but he used that. I'm just repeating what you said.
Okay.
We've done harm within the black community, but not
But then
to that extent.
I also added on to that. I added on to
But
that.
that's not. All right, but
There's
you see, I'm not talking about
there's
your
a lot.
points. I'm
There's a
talking
lot
about
of
his
reasons.
points.
Watch out, back him up. That's
No,
my
no,
man. You're not gonna do him like
Time
that.
out.
You're not gonna do him
But
like
what I'm
that.
saying is you might not want to though, because it might not.
I'll clarify if I need to.
So you're saying the black community,
I'm
the
saying
black
that
man has
if
done
you
bad
want
in the
to
black
address
community.
that black men have done harm, because I will agree with you on that.
For sure.
Black men have done harm, and there
Absolutely.
are ways that we can grow
Absolutely.
so that we can cause less harm to the
Always
other
room for
members of
improvement.
our society who have less privilege than us, right? I agree on that front. I think it's harmful to phrase it in a way where
For
you
sure.
make the comparison to
Okay,
the white people.
Yes.
So-
you can say
so,
that we've
okay.
done harm and something needs to change without
So,
And I think
saying
that you can
something
go
as
as far.
sensational as that.
I think you can go as far as
It's
because to me, I'll say this. Now, the more I hear us speak of it,
yes.
I agree with what they're saying. I think it makes sense.
What?
The more I hear it,
I'm
the
glad you
more
do.
I like it.
I'm glad you do.
You know why? Though?
I'm glad you
What
do.
are we
Because it's
saying?
like,
I'm glad you do.
because I'm just imagining, imagine that I said to a white person right now. Imagine I said to a white person, I'm like, yo, like, bro, you're dead my oppressor. Hold on now. Me? Listen, I might not be perfect, but I'm not those white people.
No.
I'm not
No,
my ancestors.
no, no,
I'm not that bad. Like, to
no,
compare
don't
me
do
to
that.
them, I never enslaved
Don't do
you.
that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
It's sounding similar to that to me a little bit. And that's why I'm like, I might actually just agree. Because it sounded similar. It sounded similar to that.
What?
It is. It sounded similar. I'm not saying that it's exact, but it does
I don't
sound similar.
even
Now,
wanna
I would say,
say-
now what I would say is maybe I don't agree entirely because I do still think that it's divisive. What I would say is in our community, The person
Listen,
who's at the
Nate.
top of the food chain, the person that's at the
Nate.
top of the patriarchal food chain is black men. Meaning that when you're talking about black women, meaning
At the top of
the black community, at the top of our
I
patriarchal.
think you said the whole thing. I was like, what?
You didn't say the black community.
I said within our community.
Okay.
I'm talking about the. Nigga, I'm not white. Nigga.
I was about to say.
I don't know about
I was like,
this.
nigga, what?
In the black
Yes,
community,
yes,
if that
yes,
helps.
yes.
In the black
It
community,
does.
right? We're at the top of this patriarchal food chain as black men, cis hetero black men, right?
And that- yes,
Keep it there,
this is true.
right? Stays there for a second.
Okay.
So anytime we're making jokes about black women, anytime we got all these niggas dressing up as black women, making fun of them, and they're putting on their fucking dog and pony show with it, like, you know what I mean? Like all them niggas are from Vine, they used to be wearing the wigs, and Tyler Perry's one of
I
them.
thought you were talking about
feel
Tyler
me?
Perry the whole
And, like,
time.
all
but
this
yeah.
shit, like, that's punching down on black women.
Yes.
That is a form of systemic oppression coming to life through interpersonal interaction.
Yes, I agree.
Right?
I agree.
Right? Okay. So if someone were to say that the black man, cis hetero black man, takes on a similar role in our community
But here's what
as
I
the
say to
white
that.
man overall, or as white people in our general society, I understand.
hear me
I
out,
agree.
right? Hear me
but
out.
that's not what they said.
Okay.
Hear me
They
out.
didn't say similar. They said you are the white man of
Yes,
this
yes.
community. To me, semantics, nigga, that shit's facts. I agree, but I wouldn't say it like that.
You
To
are
avoid the disagreement, to avoid the argument.
So let's say this.
You take on a similar role as the white people in our community based on where you are in the patriarchal society and based on your actions. That's valid?
No.
Why?
Nah, bro. Because
Okay.
I need to come up with a different.
Okay.
Hold on. I'm kind of with you though. And
Like,
this is
I
where
hear,
I'm,
again,
no,
I
this is
hear
where I'm
what
kinda
is
with you.
being said.
I'm kind of with them with
Propaganda,
the
a
fact
little
that it would be continuing on harm if we took this tweet and we spent the time on the podcast to talk about it and we only brought up the tweet in order to bash the person on how they worded it. Because we can also ignore this. We can say, hey, we disagree with how this was worded, but let's actually like get to the meat and potatoes
Unpack
of what
it,
they're
yeah.
saying, because there's something valid here, right?
No bullshit.
And then maybe this is a more transformational conversation, not to get stuck on how it was worded, because I stand on it. That was very that's very divisive. But
I agree.
let's have that conversation. Maybe
So what-
maybe
So
it helps
where-
have that
Where are
conversation.
the areas for improvement amongst black men in the community? How do we make it so that our presence is not instead?
Well, I think it starts with healing. I think a lot of
That's- a black man would say that.
That was hard to be thought about. I was like creating safer
Black-
spaces for women.
Yeah.
Well, no, I'm not even
Nigga
talking about
said
that
he's
side.
talking about healing for ourselves type shit. Yeah, that's what you would say.
even.
You're not wrong, but that's what a nigga would
No, but
say.
like, real shit.
Oh, you want me to help
No,
you? I got
listen.
folks on me, gang. I
No,
gotta do me first.
No, but hear me out.
Yeah, that's
I love
what
Hear
it
me
is.
out. Hear me out. Because the reason why I even say that, if you look at a lot of reasons why I guess you
Not
could
wrong.
say the relationship between a black man and woman is, I guess you could say like tainted, right?
Mhm.
Comes down from a lot of the trickling down from the white man oppressing the black man.
Sure, and systemic oppression.
You
at
feel me?
that.
Like,
bullshit.
You look at
Why
so
is the
many.
black household? Why did the black household fall apart after being so
Exactly.
economically standard
Exactly.
and economically
And
uplifted
that's my point.
in
And
the,
like-
in the 60s and 70s? They tore us down then with housing. Then 80s was crack. You know what I'm
Tight
saying? And
laws,
incarceration.
crime
Right.
You
laws,
feel me? To make
all
sure
that.
that our families would maintain instability
Mhm.
to continue to tear us apart so that we would
Exactly.
learn to hate each other even deeper.
Exactly.
Because it was already there. Don't get me wrong. Because how do black men learn to love black women? We see what we see on TV. We see what we see in the media. We see what we see in
Right.
engagement. And we see white men treating their women poorly. We see white men oppressing us. We see that. So we gonna do the same. That's
Type
how
shit.
that's what it looks like. So
Type
we gonna
shit.
do the same. Because we don't have the examples in the household because our culture is being diluted.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? So we do what we've seen. So I agree with you in that end. At the same time,
Where's
there's
the
other
accountability?
But then I
There's
also
other
that's
stuff
that's
we
the
can
other
do.
side of it.
No
That is the
bullshit.
other side of it. That don't think either of those, because like everything's a choice.
for sure.
You feel me? Like I'm not gonna sit here and be like, well, because we went through this, this is why we are the way now.
Exactly.
No, we have a choice to just not follow up with that kind of behavior.
Right.
Sure.
But at the same time, we have to acknowledge where that does come from to then say, why are you trying to say that we are the issue and it's not the white man?
I
This
don't
is
think
where it all
that's, but I
stems
don't
down
hear
from.
that that's what they're saying though. I don't
But
hear
they're trying,
one-
like I said, they're
No.
trying to isolate
You're-
it.
No,
They're isolating.
I feel like you're interpreting it as that because you're hurt.
Why would I be hurt?
You tell me, nigga. You the one that making it seem like you don't like what they said.
I don't think what
I
they're
read
saying.
that and I did
is-
not-
I
the
don't
first
think what
thing-
they're saying is just equivalent.
I hear you, but there's nowhere where they're saying it's an equivalent though. You're interpreting it as
No,
that.
it's a
They're-
metaphor, bro.
It's a
they're
metaphor.
Okay,
They're
a metaphor.
placing one thing into position of the other.
It's a yeah. Just like when you say
So
when you
therefore,
say
you're trying to
a
equate the
metaphor.
two.
It's not an equation though. Nigga, a metaphor is literally just saying
it's
this
literally-
thing is this thing, but you're not saying, but you know that they're not the same
No,
thing.
they're creating a variable.
Right, but they're not exactly the same.
So it's a placeholder. They're literally saying you're taking place of this.
Right, which I feel like it's not taking place either. I wouldn't even say. I would say that in your community, you take on this role. And I think that's true. Because like we already talked about it on like a factual level, it's a patriarchy, right? And it's based on cis heteronormativity. Well, then that means the men who are cis, right? And that are heterosexual will take on that role. Regardless if you're white or black. But if you're talking about the black community, then yeah, you take on that role amongst black people. The only issue is that you're a microcosm of the entire society. So of course there's gonna be someone above you because you're not the alpha dog in this situation. But I never looked at it as like saying, hey, you are white men. Because that's not
I'm
what
not taking it literal.
Right, not literally, but you're saying it's an equation. You're saying you are taking it literally.
I thought we got past that though. I thought like let's not get
But I'm
lost
saying-
in the semantics.
I hear you,
let's,
but I'm
let's
saying the
address the bigger issue.
But I'm saying that the interpretation, my interpretation of it and your interpretation of it and your interpretation, all of us have varying like perspectives on it,
Naturally.
right?
But do we
But
all agree
but we
that?
all understand what they're trying to say.
Yes.
Do we all
And so
agree?
because of that, when we're thinking about how we move forward, right, and what we need to do, to me, I'm not even thinking about white people right now. I think that is an issue in that if we're looking to dismantle, we want to change overall, we got to dismantle the system. We got to tear this apart for sure.
Okay.
But that's not what that's to me is not what we can do right now.
But then here's the other side of it, right? So what do we do about it?
Like I said,
that's the
that's what
conversation
we're
Because if
saying.
we
had right now.
no. Because then, right? Let's say we try to present something it's like, why are you trying to fix the problem? These are my issues.
Who would say
Who
that?
says
No,
that?
I'm
What
saying,
who
what if
was
you're
gonna say
presented with that? Because we're not.
Who would
who-
present that to you in
if
your
we're
scenario?
talking about this imaginary person who tweeted it, right?
Okay,
I don't think I'm in a position to present a solution to the problem. So
Why?
why are you?
you're the problem.
I understand that, right? But I'm not going to try to find a solution if I'm the problem. Tell me what I should change.
See, that's the problem, right?
How's that the problem?
Because, bro,
'Cause
sometimes
if I step in and say,
issues,
"Oh, I'm gonna change this, I'm gonna do this," it's like, yo, I don't even know what you're actually experiencing.
sometimes the people that are causing the issues, the first step, maybe it's the first thing they need to do is understand why they're causing the problem and then figure out how to navigate from there accordingly. How are you going to say that it's not my problem to fix, it's their problem? What if I met with
I'm
that?
not saying it's not my
No,
problem
I'm
to
not
fix.
saying that.
I'm
I'm
not gonna come up with a solution.
How are you saying that you're not going to come up with a solution to a problem that you're causing or that you're at the crux of, you're at the center of,
Yeah.
when you can just ask, what can I do?
But that's what I'm asking.
But I'm saying,
What do you want us to do?
But they've told
I'm
us-
asking, what do you
No,
want
no,
us
no,
to
no.
do?
Ease. Forget the person who tweeted this. At this point,
I'm not even holding on to
we
this.
have to.
I'm saying, what
we have
do
to
we
use
do?
our own lived
Facts.
experiences to understand. We
I was
understand.
saying, we be
the-
around black women, we be around black trans people, we know
I
people.
don't even think it's about black women anymore. I think it's just about how do black men improve? How do we be better people?
No. But the thing
I feel
is,
like it's
the
about
reason
the-
they're
it's
making
within
this
the
tweet
community,
is
though.
because they're not talking about the harm that black men do to other black men. They're talking specifically about
That is also
what-
an issue, though.
I
It
understand,
is,
but that's not
what
the
they're
issue that
talking
they're.
about.
I understand
they're
that,
talking
but I
about.
think it's
They're
all
talking about
connected.
how black men
I do think
treat
it's all
black women,
connected.
the
For
harm
sure.
they cause black women, the harm they cause black gays, the harm they cause
Yes.
black trans people.
Because we're talking about
But then-
patriarchy.
I understand that.
You know what I'm saying? So like, how do we as black people, how do we as black men specifically do better? We got to listen to them. And what they've been telling us, what people have constantly told us, right, is that to be a protector, to be someone that's in these positions where you're working to protect whatever, you got to be able to put your life on the line for other people because you recognize that you're privileged. You got to use your privilege to protect others.
Whew, you lost me there. My life on the line.
It doesn't necessarily
I'm a
just have to
little
be your
too
life.
selfish for
It can
that.
also be your rights, right? Bro,
Whoa.
Matt, we were just talking about what was happening in LA. Niggas was like, I have more freedom than you, nigga, so I'm standing in front of you.
That
But
is
here's
facts.
here's what I'm trying to get.
I'm not letting them get to you, nigga.
But
They
here's what
gonna
I'm trying
take
to
me
get at.
before they get you.
Here's what I'm trying to
'Cause
get at.
I have more liberties than you. That's what we need to be doing for black women. That's what we need to be doing for black
What I'm
trans
trying to get
people.
at
You know
is
what I'm
that
saying?
niggas gotta just shut up and sit back and understand, how do we receive the feedback? How do we receive the things that you want us to
Sure.
change?
And I think
That's what I'm trying to get
I
at.
agree. I agree.
Niggas shouldn't be talking about, oh, we gotta change it. Nigga, we don't even know what the issue is.
We do.
We're the problem.
We do.
No,
but that's
That's a
also-
very surface
that's
level. No,
also
no, no,
part
no,
of the
no.
issue,
Because the
though.
way you're saying is very surface level. You're saying we're the problem, but what is it that is the problem?
Okay, just acknowledge.
I
listen,
understand.
listen.
That makes sense also.
Remember,
I'm very
remember
young.
when you
Yeah.
said a solution and you were like, "We got to heal first," and I said I would creating safe
But I'm
spaces.
looking from what trickled down. I don't know what's below me. I did not experience that. I don't know those plights. So how can I speak on something that
You
I
never
do not
seen it?
relate
Do
or
you not
understand?
have women friends who
I was about
told
to
you
say,
like
you
this
never-
guy made me feel
You can
uncomfortable?
listen. You can sympathize something. You do not experience it.
I don't need to experience it to know
So
that
what
it's
if I say
wrong,
the
though.
solution is
I'm not saying
you
it's
should
not
hold
wrong.
yourself
Okay.
accountable
I'm not
and you
saying
should
it's not
hold
wrong.
other black men accountable?
For sure.
That-
But that doesn't address what I'm speaking on.
That's part of the
You're
solution.
trying to address the system.
You feel me?
I feel you.
I cannot speak to the people who
But there's more than
who are
just the
under
system,
the system.
though.
than me.
But there's more than just the system that we can
Of
impact.
course.
You feel me? All of those things have to be addressed. I understand that on a philosophical level, we disagree with you. I do not think that the system has to be the main focus. I think that there's other things that we can be doing as well in order to make sure that things change.
Especially
think
things
that,
in our reach.
Right,
The
I don't think
household, the community.
I don't think that focusing on the not the overall, but focusing on where things come from and like how it got there is the only way that we can solve some of the issues that we're experiencing. Because look at the Black Panthers.
I'm not even looking at it from where it comes from. We already addressed that. I'm looking at everything that comes from under us, what trickles downward.
Right.
That's what I'm speaking towards.
But look at the Black Panthers, bro. I mean, like some of them grew up as kids in that area to know,
Right.
nigga, we don't have lunch. We need a free lunch program.
Tight.
Because if we was dealing with it, they're still dealing with it right now. We're seeing that they're dealing with it because they're coming home hungry. I don't need to ask kids, are you hungry? To know that they're coming home hungry. I can talk to their parents. I can see it because
And I don't have to wait on the government
and
to
I
give
don't
us
have to
free
wait
lunch.
for them to change that. I can make that program right now and just provide it. Simple as that. Like you said, I can see this is something that we did with Thrill. We can see that women are coming to some events and then niggas are acting out and they're harassing them and they're doing belligerent shit. We need to make sure that every single person that comes into this space has everyone's best intention.
Give
in
them an
mind.
example.
I don't
Give
think
them
that's
an
a good.
example.
I don't think that's a good.
No, I do
analogy.
think that's a great
It's a
example.
good
because
example.
They did an actionable thing.
Facts.
No,
No,
that's, no, hold on. Let them just explain it.
When you come into the space, you cannot enter into the space if you do not agree to abide by these specific guidelines. And if for any reason you act out, there's a bunch of other people in here who are looking at you when you do it.
Yes.
Because we are all agreeing to do this. So if you're making people uncomfortable with your actions because you want to have beef with somebody or because you want to make unwanted advances at a woman or a feminine space, then we're packing you up, my nigga. And we're telling you that, and you're agreeing to pack someone else up if they come into the space acting on the same timing.
And
That's actionable because we saw it happen
sure.
with our own
Yeah.
eyes.
I agree with that.
Femmes were also telling us like this is how this thing made us feel in this moment. So it's both and. You can listen, right? And you can also observe. Both of those things
I
are
agree with
necessary.
that.
And for the people
I
that don't
agree
know
with
the
that.
Actionable.
I do agree.
they
with
gave
Yeah,
out
the
business
accountability
cards.
cards,
Exactly. There's an
basically, yeah.
accountability card and it has like things that you agree that you will
Yeah.
do if you choose to
Type
accept
shit.
space and at this event or whatever the case is.
And it's about safety, not just for femmes, right? Because if they're safe, then we're safe.
For
You know what I'm saying? If trans people are safe, then we're all more safe. You know what I'm saying?
All right, let's give Ease an
I
opportunity
agree
to
with
like
that.
articulate his point of view.
He's not really. The thing is, he's spitting though. Like,
All I'm
that's the
saying
thing.
at the end of the day is that I'm not going to take space to speak on behalf of someone else. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm trying to get at.
For sure.
That's it.
You don't think it's fair to like mean
Because in that
Niggas
same way,
saying-
it's like when niggas mansplain shit, it's like, yo, that person could also vouch for themselves. Give them the opportunity to
but
do
they're
that.
not here right now.
And my point is, this is a pointless conversation in a way.
I wouldn't say that.
I would not say that
Because,
it's
like,
a pointless
We're,
conversation.
we're trying to.
I would hope that there's other black men watching this podcast that are like, oh shoot, there's like people.
I agree.
Let me not say
people
pointless. Let me not say
we have
pointless.
influential
Let me not say
voices at a
pointless.
small scale, and if we can
For sure.
actually make other black men realize, like, yo, maybe it's not cool. It don't even come off cool
hear
to
you.
be
I
weird
hear
in
you.
a public space around women
Let
or
me not
whatever
say
the case is.
pointless, but conversations like this should happen at this level. But it's much more impactful when you're actually diversifying who's in the room talking
For sure.
about it.
I agree.
I don't
That's it.
disagree with that.
And that's what I'm saying. I think a lot of times niggas get on mics and speak for people who are not being represented.
For sure. But that's not
And
what
I don't
want
want to do that.
We're basing this off of the conversations that we've already had with those people. We're not saying anything that hasn't already been discussed amongst the groups
Yeah,
of
it's not a
people that are
foreign
being
idea.
impacted.
For sure.
But that's why what we're saying is related to those experiences and not related to the population overall. Because I can't tell you what all women need. I can't tell you what all women, especially black women in particular, right, are looking for from black men. But I can tell you what the black women in my life have requested of me. That's what we're saying. So when you're asking the
You
question
didn't
of
say
like,
that. You said that.
what we're saying,
Well,
we're
same,
saying the
same.
same.
No,
we're saying
because
the
like
same thing.
you picking back on what he said. I have
But
not
I'm
heard
coming
you
from the
say
same
these kind of
place.
sentiments.
What you talking
All
about?
right.
Sure.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. No.
hold on.
I'm
You
saying-
saying like, oh yeah,
I
facts.
feel like we were saying. I feel like he was saying it
he's
from
basically saying like I'm able to create solutions or come up with solutions based off my own personal experiences, the conversations I've had, or
Right.
the environments that I've been where these problems are occurring.
and
so
from what
I
has been
don't need
requested of
to.
me a solution.
I don't need to like literally hear it from the mouth of someone else. It helps that obviously I agree with that aspect of getting more people in the conversation, especially those who aren't affected. But I also don't think we can do the scapegoat thing of like, hey, we can't really talk about this because the people who are hurt by this stuff aren't in the room because we're smart enough to
And I'm not trying to
be
do
able
that
to
either.
figure it out.
I'm not trying to do that either. I'm more so addressing where this conversation even stemmed from because I think a lot of times that's what we do end up doing.
Mhm.
That's all I'm trying to say.
For sure. Oh, that's a nice library. But for sure. I also think that on the flip side of that, another part of it that makes me kind of like curious not necessarily for you guys, because I'm sure that we all have like the best intentions in mind when it comes to this stuff. But when I'm thinking about this comparison or like that last part that they mentioned, they're saying like a lot of black men are denying their privilege. They're saying like, no, that doesn't exist. You're making that up. You're saying, and like the propaganda portion, maybe propaganda is too strong of a word, perhaps. But I do think that like that's also
I think they were
a
just trying to
problem.
be saucy with it.
You know what I'm saying? Because this is what happens a lot. A lot of black women will say this, and a lot of like people will just say this about in general. Is that a lot of times people will do this like willful like ignorance thing. You feel me? Where they're almost like weaponizing their ignorance. You know what I'm saying? Where they'll be like, well, how am I supposed to know that you don't want me to do that? You never told me. Or like, I don't know that, you know what I mean? When it's like, bro, some shit you just gotta know.
Yeah, just be aware.
You feel me? And I think that's where you're coming from with it. Where you're saying like, bro, like a woman doesn't need to tell me that like she doesn't like being harassed. You know what I'm saying? Like, stop harassing women. Like, you feel me? Like I can just tell that to a nigga and be like, yo, my nigga, chill. Like, clearly that's what she wants. Stop. I don't need her to tell me that in that moment when I can literally see like and read that she's like giving all this. Like sometimes someone doesn't have to say something for me to know it.
But you never think you have a misunderstanding of a situation.
And I think that the example that I'm giving is very particular because it's not just that, right? If I see someone's getting punched in the face, nigga, I don't give a fuck if you like it or not. Please stop.
You know what?
Because that's not good for you.
You know what?
That should not be happening. You should not be getting beat up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like no one in this world has the right to put hands on you like that. Even if you like it, you should not be doing that. Because that's what happens in our community. That's what happens with the domestic abuse in our community all the time. They be saying that. They be like, oh, but she like him though. She going back to him. Nigga, I can still tell that nigga stop putting hands, bro. I don't care.
You're talking about a man to a woman.
Sure.
Type shit.
Wait,
I can still.
I want to talk
Either
about
way, but either way, I can still tell somebody, yo, stop putting hands.
I want to
I
zoom
don't
in
care
on.
if they're okay with it. Stop.
I want to zoom in on something that's a little bit more gray, right? Because in my mind, when we talk about, you know, making women feel uncomfortable at these spaces and stuff like that, I don't think it's easy enough for us to be like, yo, don't make women feel uncomfortable. But like, where are the sources for young men to learn how to court a woman or try to like flirt with them without reaching levels of uncomfortability? Like, where are the sources for them to learn how to like spit game like respectfully? You know what I mean?
Listen.
Because a lot of times, yo, didn't we grow up in a time where it's kind of like a woman's body, like you got to go off a woman's body language, like that tells you enough. You know what I mean?
Body language, but
and body language that's a real thing too.
Sure.
She's not always gonna be like, I like you. You can kiss me now. Da da da. You know what I mean? So there's so much like gray area between that.
I would say that's not too much of a concern, to be honest.
You don't think
it's
so?
a little unrealistic. I be around young niggas all the time, bro. Like I feel like, you know what I mean? If you got it, you got it. No
But
bullshit.
what about the niggas who don't got it though?
You learn
they're the niggas that are making women feel uncomfortable.
Those niggas were not born with it though. Like let me tell you that. None of these niggas
within your field, bro.
I'll even emphasize it this way. None of these young niggas these days start with it.
If anything,
it don't matter how attractive you think you are. It don't matter how smooth you think you talk. You don't got it.
Don't you think it's also the guys who got it, quote unquote, got it? Probably
they overestimate how much
and then that's also when they can lead to making another woman feel uncomfortable. Because this worked on another woman. What you mean? Like maybe I gotta try a little bit harder to make this work.
Yeah, niggas is sick. But what I've seen though is that depending on your population of people that you're around most, you learn how to adapt to those situations. Most times, people who are outside of the norm, like for example, you get into harassment territory, you'll know that you got into harassment territory because it's something that you will not have it's something that you will not have seen before, or it's something that is very clearly outside of the norm for what people usually do. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's called harassment. Because like, yeah, everyone has a different threshold, but at the same time, bro, you're existing amongst other people. You are social beings. We learn from society. We learn from cues.
Yeah,
you know
but
what I'm saying?
Again, when
you learn how to do it.
When you have sources like,
I don't know.
That's the
a
thing.
lot of these young niggas be doing it. They be chill. But then there be like a couple of them that be forcing it and be like, see?
Yo, but Nate,
you went too far.
Don't you think you got to meet them in the middle?
Don't be like Darius.
What I'm about to say.
Right off. There's like the Andrew Tates of the world, the Manosphere, Red Pill.
For sure.
If you got like forces like that are clearly teaching our younger generation of men the wrong way of viewing relationships with women, don't you think we gotta also have something that counterbalances that?
I think that's why you exist.
What is that?
It's you, nigga. Mentor them young niggas, man. Let them know and engage.
I think it's the whole field.
I feel you.
I agree, but
I think it's the
whole
larger
field.
scale. Like we just need
I'm just
more
saying
of
that you're asking me how do we change that? Make the impact in the people and the young men in your lives by giving them like those conversations. Just talk to them. They respect you because you're another man. You feel me? You're a person. You're in a wholesome relationship. You know what I'm saying? Like they're like, oh, like I look to that. I want to be in a relationship. I want to be. You know what I mean? So let me talk to you. Like I'll take your word for it.
I'm just one man.
I'm it. But you're someone that they respect. And I think that that's something that goes a long way. A lot of these young niggas, like, you feel me? Just in general, a lot of young people, you feel me? They don't have, like, their parents might not have the bandwidth to be able to engage with them in that way. Their teachers might not.
Or their parents aren't showing them the right
Facts.
example.
I was also saying too,
there's examples that you can be able to offer. Just always, that's like my rule of thumb in general. Always offer the best version of what it is that you're looking for or what it is that someone might be looking for. But you have to offer it in your everyday life. You have to make that a part of your lifestyle. You can't say one thing and do another. You know what I'm saying? If you're someone that says like, oh, like, yeah, bro, I value and respect women's opinions, then like you shouldn't be like in constant like flux when it comes to like a woman giving her opinion. You should always be like, yeah, if this is who I am, then I should be open to it. Because that's the example that's what I want other people to do. If you're saying like, yeah, bro, I don't be fighting like senselessly, that's not something I do. I don't ever like get into fights. I should not see you fighting them. I should not ever see you starting a fight.
Starting a fight, okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like that should just not be in your life. Because if you're going to tell someone like, yo, this is how you want to move, and this is how you want to navigate through it, you best be living that in your real life. You know what I'm saying? Or at least keep people around you that are, so you can look to them and like, so that you can at least be like, this is why I be around, because this is what I want to grow in. Have those aspirations and goals for yourself so you can then show another person. But what I see a lot is that people are looking to young people to kind of like know the example already and be like, where are you getting this from? Or like, what's going on? Instead of trying to show them something different. They might not take it, but you can't control someone else's life, but at least show them something different.
I also think it gets tricky, but I also think the conversation around sexuality should change as well. Right? I think with men, there's a lot of hypersexual
Hypersexuality is a big
right?
issue.
And then I think with women, there's a lot of denouncing of sexual, conversations, right? I think
Wait, expand on that one.
A lot of women be like,
I think a lot of women are told to like, oh,
be ashamed a little bit, be
shouldn't-
modest.
Okay,
yeah, like you shouldn't even desire or look into that.
You know what I
Okay.
mean?
When we know it's reality.
Like the double standards.
You feel me?
For sure.
And I think even when you're saying like, oh, talk to these young niggas, I think we should be talking to girls too.
For sure.
Girls in our families and being like, yo, this is what you should expect. This is what it should be like. Don't conform to this. Don't let someone treat you like this. The same way we should tell niggas like, yo, you should be treating people like this.
Yeah.
And I'm not even saying it should be women, because
Not
we
gonna
had this
lie.
conversation when we was talking about something back then. I don't know what it was. Where it's like, yo, by having conversations by saying, oh, you should treat a woman like this, what if that nigga likes men?
I'm it.
You feel me? Like, but you're kind of pinholing them into this conversation.
No bullshit.
That's not productive.
I'm in a tricky position because like I gotta try to do that. Cause like I got little sisters who are getting grown now. You feel me? They're in middle school and they're
Middle school is crazy.
Yeah, no,
No
middle
bullshit.
school.
You remember middle school?
Yeah, I
Middle school
definitely
middle
remember
school was
middle
kinda
school. You know what I
gross.
mean?
Nigga,
And the thing is, they're
Middle school
becoming
was kinda
grown, beautiful young women. You know what I mean? And I know the attention that's gonna come their way. And my dad is obviously gonna be on the no. You feel me? And
Old nigga type shit.
And I'm gonna be realistic. I'm like, hey, I know you're gonna get attention at school and stuff like that. You know what I mean? That just comes with the territory thing. But you have to understand like the expectations that you got to place, and to see through a lot of the shit that little boys be doing and stuff, and like value yourself. Like just literally just like trying to put as much in them to realize their self-worth and not to, it's tricky, bro, because I
don't think it is.
I can't control every aspect of what happens, but all I can try to do is try to gear them that
Just get them prepped
I don't think it's tricky.
for the world.
I don't think it's tricky.
that's it. Well,
I
what's
think-
not tricky about it?
You know what decency looks like.
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
That's all it is. Decency. You feel me? It's
What
a
do you mean
matter
by
of
that?
like, it's a matter
Courtesy.
of like
Human
teaching
decency
them and passing on to them what they know that they should be allowing or not allowing.
in their lives.
That's it.
Okay, I thought
Why do you
decency-
feel like that? Why do you feel like that's a tricky thing to navigate?
it's tricky just because
I see. I understand more what you mean now.
I think it's tricky because you're not there to monitor their text message
sure.
conversation.
You need to.
What happens in school?
Like I said, you can't control
realistically,
it. You can't control
you
their
literally
lives.
cannot.
No,
bro.
I know
feel
you
me?
can't, but do you need to?
You can't control
No,
their
you-
lives, but
no,
you
you
can tell
can't.
them. You can still let them know.
It's a
It might
balance
not
of
be
like
the only thing they absorb, but at least you can say that I did give you this information.
for sure.
And hopefully you move with it, because I think what
And
you're
at
saying
that
about
point-
gender, it needs to change, and gender and sexuality, the conversation needs to change, because you're right. If I'm
how
telling
much do you expose to a 12-year-old?
As much as you can, as much as they can
How
absorb.
much as they can handle, exactly.
Right, as much as they can absorb.
What makes you think that they can't handle
I
certain
didn't. I'm also not gonna be on that like, oh, we can't talk about sex or da da da. Like realistically, that is the age where those conversations are gonna be had a lot more commonly. You know what I mean? Especially among like friends and at school and stuff like that. I feel you, but
yeah, that should be funny. Bro.
Then you also don't want to give like the runway or make it seem like you're giving the runway that like this is.
But they're gonna make their own decisions. But
they are. They definitely will.
What he was
be.
saying though is like the same way that you would tell like a young woman, you feel me? It's like, yo, bro, like, you know what I mean? You going out here, you feel me? Like, value yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, value yourself, value your like your autonomy in all different parts of your life, right? You should be saying the same thing to like a young man and vice versa. Same thing I'm saying to like a young woman. I'm saying like, yo, like if someone's like, you should be able to see through someone's like deceit when they're trying to court you or whatever, when you know they don't have your best intentions in mind. You know what I'm saying? Tell that to a young man as well. Tell that to the young woman.
I think the conversations to the young men are probably a little bit more important. I think
tell that to everybody.
Young women hear it all the time. I'm sure, like, oh, you can't do this, you can't dress like that.
Say the same thing to the young men.
The young men also need to hear it too.
I want to say, don't dress like that, like type shit. Like,
but you know those conversations happen to young women. You know they just gone through that. You know if you know the stereotype of like, yo, if I have a teenage son and a teenage daughter, you having way different conversations between the both of them.
But I agree, the conversation should be similar. You feel me? Don't let nobody put hands on you. I don't care if you're a boy, girl, like trans. It doesn't matter. Whatever you identify.
But also the conversation with the teenage boy to be like, yo, don't make a girl feel uncomfortable.
Facts.
You feel me?
And vice versa. Yeah. Everybody. So you're onto something. You're onto something.
Don't make people feel uncomfortable.
It's way more. The only reason I understand what you're saying.
It's
way
more
different. I'm not even talking about in the sense of like.
It would be said differently to each group.
What you're attracted to, just human decency.
I feel you.
Right? Feel me?
For sure.
But on a human level though, it'll look different person to person. And I think that's where you gotta like start specifying a little bit. Like to make sure that people understand, like these are the things that you might encounter based on your identity.
Oh, for sure.
These are the things that you might encounter based on your identity, or these are the things that you might even like make someone feel because of your identity. So be cognizant of those things, regardless of your gender, regardless of whatever it might be. This is how you should move.
Yeah.
And you can apply the same thing to race. You can apply the same thing to everything. You know what I'm saying? Like every part of your identity, you can put that in there and make sure that people understand it. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
It's real shit.
That shit's important too. I understand how you misinterpreted what I was saying. I could imagine a young person growing up and they're constantly hearing like, "Oh, you should like this." How that could make them feel. Like I think people need to really highlight that a little more and think about that and be way more conscious about it.
That when they're having these conversations, that like you said,
it's not so gendered.
Yeah. Like you said, it's a good point that like if I have a young boy, not to assume that like, yo, you got to treat girls right. They might not even like girls.
And now they're sitting the whole time like, nigga, what the? You feel me? Like
they're like, nigga, if anything,
do I got a trick under my sleeve, yo?
Fact, they're like, yeah, I will treat him. I'll treat him the best. I'll leave him alone entirely.
These niggas though, dog them. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Yo,
I think we need to have more of these conversations. But I also think I want to highlight your point, Ease, because you made a great point. I also don't think we need to be having these conversations with just us. I think it's important.
That's what I was trying to get at.
We should get more people that look, because we all fit in the same box. You know, maybe we got different boxes, but for the most part, like, you feel me? We're
niggas.
We're niggas.
I just been learning a lot as of late.
We need to get some more faces, some different experiences, some different walks of life in this room to be able to also pitch in their viewpoint.
Because don't get me wrong, I hear you on like intervention. Like you should intervene. Everyone has discernment. Everyone has the ability to see something when it's wrong. Also recognize the ability to just shut up. A lot of times niggas just need to shut up.
Gandhi method.
I don't know.
Gandhi would have been way more tough if he didn't say he didn't fuck with dark skinned people. He would have been way more tough.
There's a lot of things he did that is just not good though.
I'm mad with the children.
All right.
My first person to quote.
What that nigga Ron Malice say? He said, "Hey, keep a piece on me like I'm Gandhi." That shit was tough.
Was that
the second or the first one?
I think it was the first one.
Was that your segue?
No, I just thought that was tough.
I do want it. Like, you know, we gotta talk about some type of music. We don't have to, but you know, music.
The niggas even fuck with Travis.
We're not a music
Scott.
podcast in 2025.
No,
the niggas even fuck with Travis. When he said he was doing his little monkey dance,
that was hilarious.
That spoke to me.
That was hilarious.
I'll say it. I fuck with Travis.
As a Travis fan
I like
in the
Travis
room.
Scott music.
You fuck with that little monkey nigga, man.
Yo, you're crazy for that, bro.
Crazy verbiage.
You fuck with that monkey dance.
Wait, can you add the context before? Like, I don't think there needs to be too much context added.
Everybody knows.
Everybody knows.
Everybody knows.
If you've been on the internet, if you
don't know,
listen
it's
to
probably because you don't care.
Monkey
Literally.
dancing, man.
So we're talking about obviously the Clipse. That's Pusha T, his brother, No Malice. They're rolling out. They're rolling out this album. They dropped 2 singles already. Ace Trumpets.
both of them
and
shits was tough to me.
So be it.
But I heard them earlier. I like both of them.
I didn't love Ace Trumpets.
I
I fucked with that. I might have fucked with that one more because of the
You like
maybe it was the aesthetic.
them sticking
Bro,
to
that
the
ballerina
rhyme
shit was
No,
tough.
that was a fan made thing.
Oh, the ballerina shit was tough.
You got him.
He said
But-
I got ballerinas like doing pirouettes inside my snow globe. That shit's
Yeah,
tough.
but then he
That's
goes,
tough to me.
diamonds look like PP,
Okay, let me say this.
Wi-Fi.
Let me say this.
Kiki,
The hook was tough.
BB, GD.
You can even
like,
pronounce Wi-Fi.
I
I'm
mean,
in, bro.
Wi-Fi.
He's stretching it. Like, and as a writer, bro, that's like a no-go in my book. Like,
I agree.
You feel me?
Trying to stretch
You can do it in a
rhyme
cool
scheme.
way. That's not a cool way. That's not a cool way to stretch something that no one would ever say like that.
I agree with you. I think that I don't like Pusha T's verse on there per se. Some of the lines was tough.
So,
Of
I mean, we're
course.
talking about Pusha T. I don't think these are bad or at all.
Malice was tougher.
Did Malice get him on both songs?
No.
The second one.
Because it's Pusha
I said
T.
the second one.
Second one.
I say the
thought
second
I
one,
thought
but I
know.
think more people are obviously focused around like the punchlines
Yeah.
from Push's verse on the
Especially the
third verse.
ending when he's
Exactly. I do think
when
Malice
he's
had the
throwing
better
the
verse in
shots
second
at.
one.
Well, it's clear that for someone like Malice, No Malice, who hasn't been, I don't know, at the
Bro,
front of the stage
He's
for a
still
long
rapping
time,
about cocaine,
He's-
man.
bro. But the fact that they could rap about
No, I think
cocaine
he's
in
trying to say-
different ways is pretty credible. To
Oh, you're
still be
saying
doing.
because he stepped away
Oh.
for so long?
Yes,
he's
exactly.
still at a high level.
You know what I mean? It's
Oh,
like
okay,
he
okay,
ain't
okay.
lose a step.
I thought you were about to say
Why would he?
he's not engaging in the beef no more.
Why would he? Who's to say he's not writing this whole time?
He probably
He's
is.
not
There's
releasing
no
music.
doubt about it. No doubt about it. So, but it's dope. It's dope to see both of them together. You know,
Yeah.
being able to. I'm excited for that album. I think this is the first exciting drop or the first successful rollout I've seen so far, where it's like, oh, this is anticipation. Of what's the last one? 2025.
That was not 2025?
No.
Nah, it was 2024.
So I'm saying in 2025, when's the last time someone's got
Okay.
us excited for a project?
Fair enough. I don't know, man. I was paying attention to Sabrina Carpenter. She about to drop. No bullshit.
Yo, the thing is,
Yeah, the Pink
I
Panthers
never
drop
knew
was
Sabrina
too.
Carpenter was on Disney Channel.
Yeah.
My viewpoint of her is so skewed
Disney
now that
makes
I've
stars,
seen.
Disney makes
She's a real
stars,
star,
bro.
bro.
No. What
Disney makes stars.
what I'm
bro.
saying is like
they make stars.
You just didn't know that. Yeah.
it makes me feel mad uncomfortable now that I'm literally seeing like photos of what she looked like just a couple
Yeah.
years
From
ago.
a girl becoming a woman?
No, it's just like
You was watching it?
too tough saying he watched her grow up. Like I don't know, it's just I don't know.
She a woman, bro. Like she.
Olivia Rodrigo, same way.
I just thought she came out of nowhere, but no, she didn't come
Nah,
out of
she
nowhere.
been in the game for a minute.
But
She
I didn't know
she actually
Olivia.
been dropping music for
I didn't
that
know
long,
Olivia
too.
Rodrigo until she was older too. You know what I mean?
But Olivia Rodrigo dropped music like in the pandemic.
Yes.
She was
She
a
dropped
teenager.
a
She
really
was
good
18.
album.
I'm
She dropped a
mad.
really good album.
She was
What
8
happened?
sour. She's still like that. She's
I feel
only
like they
has
just
two
moved on to the next one.
albums. She only has 2 albums.
I know. I feel like they just moved on to the next
They
Disney
did
star.
not. She's still locked in. Sabrina Carpenter came
Niggas
out
is
before
never happy.
Olivia Rodrigo.
Really?
Niggas is never
Yes.
happy.
There's
Sabrina
a whole
Carpenter
lore
been
I'm
dropping
not
music
aware
since
of.
like
Imagine now
2018.
if she was dropping every year, this nigga be like, yo, she got to slow down.
I'm mad.
She got a little, you know what I mean?
A
There's
year
pause
and
in
a
between. You're
half.
like, I haven't heard nothing from her.
They forgot about her.
Hey, to be fair, I'm not really checking for the Olivia Rodrigo.
Olivia Rodrigo
Hey,
is
man.
If it
tough.
reaches me,
Hey, you
it
know
reaches
me,
me.
nigga.
And that last
I'm a
one
real-
reached me.
I'm a
That's
real
why I thought it was
Rodriguite.
dope.
I'm a real Rodriguite. You feel me? I fuck with Olivia Rodrigo heavy.
Are you dumb?
I just will not pull up to the concerts until she like at least 25 because I feel like the fan base will have gotten older, which is valid.
Hopefully.
I'm not pulling up to a concert with a bunch of 13-year-olds.
No
Sorry.
bullshit. All eyes got to be on you. If you step
I'm
into
not
that,
doing
to
that.
that
They be like, look at
stage,
this big black nigga.
what is he doing here?
Why are you here?
Hey, man.
And you know I'm gonna get to the front. These little niggas, excuse me, get the fuck out of here.
That might
Stepping
be-
over.
There's like
If-
little
if he
girls that are
was
just
there-
like, what is wrong
No,
with
but
you?
Get the fuck out loud.
it might be crazy to say
it's
if he wasn't. That
Terrible
might be
visual.
better than you being in the back. Like
Nah,
behind all the
yo, let
kids.
me-
Like, it's
You
like,
want,
yo,
you want
like,
the adults in the back.
He shouldn't be in the venue.
No, for sure. I said that's why I said
Like,
the
nigga,
kid.
the
Just
nigga
straight
shouldn't
up.
be there.
He
If
should
that shit
enjoy
back-
the
Like,
Olivia Rodrigo music in the comfort of his car.
And like, nigga, that nigga shouldn't even have bought that ticket.
No, for
Literally.
sure. For sure.
Doesn't
for
he
sure,
shouldn't even
for
be
sure.
allowed on the website.
No
Like,
bullshit, no
to
bullshit.
buy- they should be like proof of
But,
age. Be like, yeah, I'm old enough. No, you're too old.
Yo,
Go
the
back
funniest
to-
things
not
I've
allowed.
seen with the Travis Scott thing is that like no one's even giving him a chance to respond. They're like, yo, he can't rap.
Yeah, he shouldn't.
They're not even.
Drop some clothes about it, nigga.
They gonna move.
Drop a new Cacti. Yo, Cacti
gonna
was
move.
fire though. I'm very
The
disappointed.
drink.
That shit was tough.
It's not
That was
alcohol.
my
It was
favorite.
seltzer, right?
It was.
Hard
It was
seltzer.
hard seltzer.
Yeah.
But that was my favorite hard seltzer. The flavors were fire. It was. You could really taste the
Is
agave.
it
Like
still
that shit
being
was.
distributed?
No, it stopped after he murdered a bunch of people at his concert.
Wow, that'll do it.
Bro, to that point, if his career could bounce back from that, there's no reason why he should even entertain Pusha T.
I saw a post. I think I sent it. Did I send it to you
Like,
guys?
don't
I saw
worry
a
about
post
that.
But
where
he
they were
gotta
talking
move
about-
different though.
Who, Travis?
Yeah,
man.
he gotta move because people
That
look
nigga-
at him like he's a horrible person.
Nigga on WrestleMania.
Horrible
bro, he a
person 'cause
heel.
of-
play into it.
You saying because of the
No, he
you saying
ruined
'cause of the
WrestleMania, so
concert?
I already don't fuck with him, right?
You talking about because of the concert? He's a horrible person.
No, a horrible person, just like okay.
Because of
Pusha
the
T
Doing a monkey dance, bro.
Pusha T brought
He's a
up great
backstabbing-
horrible person,
He's a
bro.
backstabbing snake ass
Pusha T
clout
brought
chasing
up
ass
great
nigga,
points
man.
where he's saying you do
According
not
to
have
Pusha T.
loyalty to nobody. You do what's convenient to you. Yes,
That makes him a horrible person.
I'm putting that in my book. You're not a good person if you do not have loyalty to your friends. Yes, you're not a good person, bro.
I agree.
Maybe you're wrong for assuming that these are his friends.
or maybe
Don't
like,
present
maybe
as if they
Travis
are.
is wrong for acting like they're his friends.
No, for sure. Don't get me wrong. He's wrong for the way that he acts and playing
Alright.
both sides. Absolutely.
Okay.
But to say horrible person, say nigga, who you like? Horrible person, bro.
Horrible,
I
bro.
mean,
Horrible person.
Yeah, bro.
Horrible person.
I'll go as far as to say I agree
Horrible
with you. You're holding it
person.
down. If you don't take care of your people, if you don't
Yeah,
take care of
bro,
your friends, and
yeah.
you
I
be
don't think,
snaking niggas,
nigga, I don't even
you a
think
bad
any of
nigga.
these people.
You a
Bad.
Benedict Arnold
I think
ass
you're a
nigga.
fool if you think any of these niggas are your people.
Yo,
Like what?
Bro, he's doing the monkey
What?
dance in front of niggas. He's acting like, yo, this is the best. And then he turn around
Drake
and put that
gave
nigga
him his
up on
first
it.
number one, bro.
Come on, bro.
And then you turn around and be like, play that like that shit, play that,
yeah,
play that.
and
That's
Drake gave a
dick
lot of
riding.
niggas their first number
Yeah.
ones, and they dissed the nigga. They came at the nigga.
Yo,
Who?
huh?
Who did Drake give a number one that dissed him?
Rocky, he didn't give Rocky a number one.
No.
He did not give Rocky his first number one.
No.
Fucking Promise is not his first number one.
ASAP Rocky has no number ones.
Really?
No. Why is that
That didn't go
surprising?
one?
Why is that surprising? Do you?
Bro, that song was big.
Yeah, for the hip hop
that.
charts,
I thought it went number
nigga.
one. No bullshit.
That shit did go up on
I thought it went
945.
number one. No
I
bullshit.
love bad. That's my pride.
I gotta look into. I gotta double check that. No
shit went
bullshit.
up, no bullshit.
I don't know why you're not surprised by that.
I actually gotta look into that.
That
Think
shit
about it,
went
bro.
up.
That song dropped in 2012. Drake never had a number one song until Work.
And that was in what,
Oh, word?
2014?
Yeah.
You would know.
Like he
I'll take
didn't
your
break
word for
that
it.
glass
He
ceiling.
wouldn't know, nigga.
I'll
No
take your
bullshit.
word
break
for
that
it.
glass ceiling until like One Dance and all that. You know what I mean?
Oh, it went number 8.
That's not number one.
It's not number 1.
So
not
who
number
did,
one.
so who did, that's what I'm saying. Like, for me,
But so you can acknowledge though, like how he's moving though. Even with the Pharrell thing, what do you think about the meltdown? Like having the meltdown verse. Apparently Drake
that's crazy.
delivered the verse a day before the album dropped.
That's crazy.
That's the rumor though,
I'm
right?
not surprised by that.
Why put it on the album then if you're so hyped up to show these niggas the verse or show these niggas the album? The same niggas that he's talking shit about in the verse. Why?
Because the verse is hard.
Because the nigga's a fucking clout chaser. The verse is tough. You know,
Well, you
that's-
turned around on it. I feel like in the beginning you was like, "Yo, this tea time bullshit."
I'm gonna say it like this. I've been going through like a little rabbit hole of listening to all the songs where Drake is throwing like sneak disses. That is a good verse. That verse
Have
is
you
tough.
heard Two Birds and One Stone?
Probably.
That's a great song.
I haven't been listening to the songs
That's
like in
the
context,
one with
just the verses.
Cupid, like the
Just the
pink
Drake verse.
background,
Nah,
like
That's a good
30 hours, whatever.
That had the More Life cover. Two Birds and One Stone and him dissing Pusha T and Kid Cudi before him and
Oh yeah,
Pusha T
okay.
really got in. Like
the Kid
you were the
Cudi
man
one.
on the moon. Now you just
Yeah,
go
the
through your
Kid Cudi
phases.
one.
Life of the angry and famous.
Bro, he got some tracks.
You
with
were
him.
the man on the moon. Now you just go through your phases. Ah,
Nigga said I like that.
that's tough.
He said, "Cause you feel me like
But,
moon phases."
That's tough, bro.
He's nice. He's a good rapper, bro.
Yes.
It's not better than Kendrick.
No, you can't. You can't. You just gotta chalk it up to that. You know
Not
what I
better
mean?
than Pusha T either. Allegedly.
Like,
No, you better.
I can't even give Travis the benefit of the doubt of like, to give an analogy, right? The person who's getting bullied, right?
Mhm.
There's a potential opportunity one day that person
Wait,
sliced
wait.
back.
Wait, who's getting bullied?
Travis Scott.
Travis
Right?
Scott's not getting bullied.
I'm just saying, but I
He's
said
getting
the
his just
analogy.
due.
I said the analogy. I'm not saying he is getting bullied. I'm just saying as an analogy. I'm talking
But
about
the
a
thing,
bully.
he's not getting
the person
bullied.
Can you let me say what I'm saying, please?
I hear you.
You let me say what I'm saying.
I don't want
But he's
to
a
You let
nigga
me
who
say what
talk
I'm saying.
shit. No, he's a
Do
nigga
you
who
let me
talks
say what I'm
shit
saying?
in
How about you
class.
let me
Go
finish
ahead.
what I'm saying?
All right, go ahead.
It's just an analogy. I'm not saying Travis Scott's getting bullied. I'm just saying in this analogy, he's on the other side of it,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
The person who's getting bullied could one day just fight back and everyone's looking at the bully like, oh shit, you got bitched. I'm saying that's not even possible for Travis Scott in this scenario. I don't see a reality where he could do anything that works in his favor. That's all that I'm saying. I'm not saying Travis Scott's getting bullied in real life, my nigga.
Okay.
Stop getting fucking tied to that.
Okay.
Listen to the words I'm trying to say.
You gonna drop a diss track. You gonna be like, his name was Pusha T, but
It's
he ain't
lit.
pushing Tay.
Like he could get the best ghostwriters. I still don't think it would work in his case.
His name was Pusha T, but he ain't pushing me.
I don't see a reality where he enters
Fucking
that.
ad-libs later.
I don't see it working
So
out.
nah, it's about to be ass, bro.
Let me ask you, as a fan of Travis, when's the last time you think he really dropped like some undeniable shit?
Utopia
bro?
was tough. Oh, you said as a fan
As
of
a
Travis.
project or a song?
Utopia is not undeniable.
A project or a song?
Project.
I
Then
mean,
it would be
Astroworld.
Yeah, but like that's 2 albums ago. What's your point?
Years ago. Don't say 2 albums ago.
yeah, that was like 2018, gang.
Okay, but what's your point?
I'm just saying,
That's almost 10
it
years
only
ago.
makes it worse just because Travis has not made good music in a long time.
That's a lot of people.
It's really just your niggas, man. No bullshit. It's really just your niggas. Rocky, Travis, Kanye. That's your niggas.
Don't say
Yo, you
that
need
shit.
a new
Damn.
big three, bro. This is
Listen,
your niggas.
what?
That's
First of all,
your
Kendrick is
niggas,
up
bro.
there.
My big
Kendrick
three
is
still
doing Kendrick.
solid.
Kendrick
Drake,
not in your
my
big
nigga,
three.
after his worst year,
Ooh.
Drake
What are you
about to make
talking
a
Drake's,
about?
but Drake's one nigga though.
And Drake,
bro.
Drake
I
this
said
is
a
a
birthday
bad year.
party.
That was one
No,
bad year.
no.
That's not my
You
big
know when
three.
this shit really hit me?
Is that not your? I thought it was Jay.
This whole beat
Drake
shit.
and fucking.
Oh, Wayne is
Ooh.
bad. Ooh.
Ooh.
See, I thought he was gonna attach Wayne to me too. No bullshit. I was like, yo, you didn't say it though. Y'all didn't say
Wayne
it.
is more his.
Listen, he only likes the Carter too.
Okay, then Wayne's
Don't
yours. That's
say
another
that. I have
one.
mad.
Your big four.
That's my favorite.
Who's your big five?
But
I don't feel like you listen to Wayne.
Well,
I don't feel like you
discography-
listen to as
Are you
many
bugging,
Wayne
nigga? Are you
songs.
Nah, he does fuck with Wayne.
I don't
bro.
think you have listened to as many Wayne songs as
Yo,
I have.
let's throw it on.
What do you mean throw it on?
Let's
Throw-
karaoke battle.
That's a good way to
'Cause
battle.
I feel like I listen to way more mixtape Wayne and you don't.
I will rap Ice Cream Paint Job right now.
Okay,
nigga.
so maybe I have you wrong.
He's
'Cause
locked.
all I know is
Maybe
all I
that-
know. Yo,
I'll
I
rap
can
that
admit
man
that.
from TV
I can admit
version
that.
right now.
I can admit that. I could
he,
be
he
wrong.
always says that Wayne is like the best rapper.
I've always heard him say that
I
about
don't
Jay Z.
think Wayne is my.
I've always
the
heard him
best
say that about
rapper.
Jay Z.
No.
You don't say.
It-
He doesn't say Jay Z.
I get different things from all of those people. Wayne is like the person, like, when I hit, like, that's just the fun in rap, bro. Like, I don't know. Like, that's just the spirit of rap. Just the way he be rapping. It's just the spirit
All right,
of
well,
it.
your big three is doing bad too then.
But Drake's got the introspection, and then, obviously Hove's got just like the embodiment of success in
Jay
the music.
retired, Drake got shitted on, and Wayne just dropped his worst album.
But they're not Nazis. So therefore, I have a better
Respect.
big three
That's a
so
fair
far.
point. That's a
Okay,
fair
there we
point.
go.
That's a
All
fair
right,
point.
man.
That is a fair
Who's
point.
yours? It's Tyler.
Tyler,
It's
Donald,
Childish
Childish
Gambino.
Gambino.
You gotta put Kyle. I'm throwing Kyle on you, Jeff.
Kyle,
Even then, that's not like a
I thought
stain.
Kyle was-
That's not even a stain.
Kyle was super
Kyle
duper
is-
Kyle on
Kyle
your
is
jacket.
crazy.
That's not a stain.
Kyle could be on
Okay,
the
Frank.
jacket.
Frank.
I was saying Frank.
Okay, Frank.
Oh,
Frank missing in action.
I thought you were gonna say like.
Am I-
Tyler's cooking though.
Tyler's good. So you have the
Donald
best
just signed a
performer.
collab with Montclair.
You have the best. You have the best performing big three so far right now.
And that's crazy.
At this
Who
current
would have
moment.
thought? 10 years ago, niggas laughed at me, but now here we are.
They really would have.
Now here we are.
They really would have.
Yeah. I'm saying choose the weirdos, but don't choose the weirdo, the sickos.
That's what I'm saying.
Choose the
That mean
weirdos,
the
but
normal
don't choose
niggas
the
doing the
sickos.
weirdo
Type
shit.
shit.
For real, for real.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, we got to revisit these
Locked in.
rankings sometime
Next
next
year,
year.
we'll see.
No
We'll
bullshit.
see
We'll
where we at.
see if the tables have turned. I feel like Drake can make a comeback with Iceman.
What the fuck is Iceman?
Iceman's the next. It's reportedly going to be the next album name.
This is what I was about to bring up.
You know too much.
I was at a birthday party, right? I was at a birthday party.
What's the last topic?
It's not even a topic. It's just something that came up in my mind, right?
All right.
And these kids were rapping mad Juice WRLD songs, right? And I was like, damn.
yo,
I was
fuck
just
with
like,
Juice.
I was like, I didn't know like Juice WRLD had that type
X,
of like
bullshit.
pull on them,
For
right?
sure.
So I was like, okay, outside of Juice WRLD, like naming people like, oh, like what do you think about this person? I was like, what do you think about? Who would I say? I said Lil Wayne. They're like, who? I was like, okay.
Don't say who.
I was like, okay, what do you think about Jay-Z? Just to see. They're like, I was like, Kanye. They're like, oh, they're like, he's kind of scary. I said,
Oh,
okay.
what? Wait.
I said-
What
I
is
said-
the age group of these people?
they're like 8, 9, 10 years
Yeah,
old.
we'll say they're
Okay.
probably
Right?
between 6.
Wait,
They're
they
kids.
They're
kids, bro.
But they were rapping Juice WRLD.
That's why.
Yeah,
That's why I was
bro.
very surprised by that.
8, 9 years old.
I was very surprised by
Juice
that.
WRLD was alive when they were 5'4".
Bro, I was,
No, he wasn't. They were dead. They did not exist. Excuse me. They did not exist when he was
When did
alive.
Juice WRLD die? 2018.
Like 2020?
either way,
2019?
I was surprised by that, right? But then I said, what do you guys think about Drake? They're like, oh, he's inappropriate. He's sick. I said, "Oh, the damage is done."
No, they're dumb.
I would have given
The
each
kids
of
are
them little
dumb, bro.
niggas
They're
a dollar.
fucking-
nigga.
The
I was
kids are
like,
dumb.
You get some
Fucking
ice cream,
dumb.
nigga. You get some ice cream. You get, and
Bro,
First of all,
they're
it's
just
very-
they're kids, bro. They're
It's very hard
sponges.
for me to believe
They're
that
sponges.
the 9-year-olds were rapping the Juice WRLD because one,
How you gonna say it's hard to believe?
it's very hard to believe.
I seen it.
I know.
I was there.
But
they fuck with Uzi, bro. No bullshit. They fuck with Juice WRLD.
because
they
of
fuck
the
with Uzi. They fuck
Footstool
with-
shuffle and stuff, like Juice WRLD's music is mad depressing and like drug ridden. Like,
Let me tell you this.
why?
Let me tell you this.
Man, niggas music.
Nobody-
bro,
They
we
were
was
bumping
rapping
that when
that
they were
shit.
3-4
What are you
years
talking
old.
about?
Nobody music. That's what I'm saying.
I feel like that's his age.
But it's younger too.
Y'all are terrible influences
Hey.
passing that shit down to these little
Bro,
kids.
I
All
was
I
just,
know is-
bro, niggas love that age group loves like that type of music because it speaks to them. The
I
kids-
should have
Man,
asked them
if y'all
about X. I
listen
didn't
to
even think.
fucking
I didn't even
Lil
think to
Tecca,
ask them
bro,
what they
what?
think about X. I should have seen.
They'd probably be like,
Just to see. But hearing them saying that about
Yeah,
Drake, I was
R.I.P.
just like, huh. I was like, huh.
why
I'll
you,
be
say,
there.
why you say Drake mad Haitian just
Fools.
now? You heard
You
that?
said what?
Why you say Drake mad Haitian just
How'd I
now?
say?
Said Drake?
I
You
ain't say
heard that?
I
Nah, we
seen
don't
the
have to-
playback. I seen the
you-
playback.
that
I seen it in the
I never
playback.
talked like that before. Like, wow. I was like,
Hey,
That shit
man.
was just crazy to me. I was just like, damn. They really did your nigga, man.
I'm
Man.
mad.
You know what? I like that position when your favorite artist isn't beloved by everybody. It's nice. It's nice when it's back to like, yo, it's you.
Nigga said it's nice. You've
And-
never experienced this before.
No, I have.
When?
I was early on Drake.
No, but how many artists have you seen that got on and that nigga stopped fucking with?
Well, I'm not
he
talking
was
about that.
early on Drake,
I was
nigga.
early on Drake.
Nigga, there was no early. By the time you found out about Drake, Drake was probably already a nigga in like
For sure.
signed to Wayne, right?
But I was still earlier than a lot of people. Like I was rapping Money to Blow. You feel me? I got money
That's
to
not
blow.
early.
I'm talking about Drake,
Alright.
caterpillar eyebrows, no beard, white.
Yeah, ugly
Did you put a
Drake.
year to it?
That's
Can I put a year? 2009.
that's what he.
So isn't
Okay.
that just more so when he was making a name for himself?
That's like best.
But
ever
I
had,
knew,
though.
okay, that's the best I ever had.
Yeah,
So I'm not
that's-
super early. I wasn't on like comeback season and
Type
room for
shit.
improvement.
But you knew of him though.
But I saw it and I was like, this is my guy. Like if I,
And so did the rest of America.
no.
You say
They
no.
know.
I hear
They
you.
know.
You say no.
They know. They know.
As a certified hater, bro.
They wasn't
The
watching.
only
The,
people who were fucking with it were the older people.
they wasn't watching the Axe Lounge performances
Yeah, they were.
on YouTube.
The shit that
bro.
made
I
me
don't-
hate
bro,
Drake more is
listen.
because of how much niggas was fucking with him.
And there's nothing
I was like,
wrong
y'all
with
don't see
there's nothing
this
wrong with it
shit.
either, bro.
It made me heated.
You made a bet that a lot of people did, and it panned
It
out.
worked out.
He became one
That was
of the
good money.
greatest to do this shit.
That was easy money.
I thought
Now
I
at that time, 2009, I was bumping Childish
because all my
Gambino.
other picks were
Mixtape
bad.
Bino was horrible.
Like
Over
Pierre-
years?
Yeah. I mean, I
Like,
thought
Pierre?
Pierre Bourne was gonna take
He was
over.
nice.
No, I
But not
thought
as a
I thought he
rapper.
was gonna like
As a
take,
rapper?
take over as a rapper. I did. Think
That's
that.
it. That was a mistake.
Someone
You think
that might be the
nigga
last
is, bro?
topic, but I don't know if it's a conversation for this episode. Like someone that we thought was about to be the next thing.
Just name your name.
I thought
I
Kyle.
had to think about it.
You probably thought Chance.
I was gonna say Chance. I thought Chance was gonna be bigger. I also
I
thought
ain't
Vic
know
Mensa
why
was gonna be bigger.
Who?
Vic
Now
Mensa.
that I never
I
thought.
thought Vic Mensa was going to be bigger.
Nah.
No bullshit.
Chance was always.
But
Chance was,
before he
Chance
before
always
he
had
met
more
Kanye,
mainstream
I
appeal.
thought he was gonna be bigger. To make that clear,
He did
like when
sign
he
to
dropped
Ye.
when he
That's
dropped like
fucked
the
up.
orange soda,
He
not orange
signed
soda.
to Ye
something.
or did he sign to Pusha T?
Before he got involved in that camp,
But
I thought he was gonna be bigger.
I thought Chance had more mainstream appeal. I did think Kyle was gonna be the next, and I was right, low key. But then he fell off mad quick. But I was right
Kyle
though,
never had what it
bro.
took.
He had a number one.
I feel you.
Kyle got a number one.
What's
like-
the number one? How to go again?
I Spy. Number one's a number one. Fuck it. A$AP Rocky don't got that. Fuck
At
it.
one point,
Listen, let's talk about it. Let's talk about
That's kids bop music.
I won't
Hey,
point-
music,
Oh my
music.
God.
She
in
said
high
she's
school,
21.
I
I
thought-
might have to ID that. That's Yachty.
I don't even know. Do you know who Young Bands is?
Yeah.
At one
Young
point, I
Bands
thought he
was
was gonna be
nice.
in the next thing.
Young
too.
Bands was nice.
I thought he was gonna have a little
Yo,
more
I gotta
traction
show you
behind
What
him.
happened to
video.
him?
I found a Comethazine TK hybrid.
I forgot about that
It
name.
hit the streets.
Comethazine believe in God now.
Take it. Make it.
Does he? Does he?
You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, he know what I'm talking
Wait,
about.
who are you talking about?
No, we gotta wrap this episode up, man.
Say the name.
But no, I don't know the name. I
No,
seen the
no,
performance on Twitter,
no,
and I was like, bro, this is Comethazine TK. But you'll see when you see. But
Comethazine make different type of music.
it's been
now.
good to be back. You know what I mean? You know, how would you guys like grade the episode? You know, like you feel like we back to our power, like are we back to full force? Or you know, one more week until we really brush the dirt off our
You
shoulders.
talk like shit's like comic books sometimes.
No, it's,
like-
it's better, bro. It's
Like story.
the production inside the production.
Are we back?
The full
Yo,
force.
you know what? I'm gonna say it like this. There's been some ups and downs. You feel me? There've been some moves that we've made that have looked questionable. But let me tell you this.
Mm.
Much like the Red Sox, we're back.
Are the Red Sox back?
I
Red Sox
thought they
are
just
fucking
traded one of their
back.
best players.
We
That's-
did, but then we beat the shit out that nigga last night. He was 0 for 5. He over here striking out in the game. Yeah, we're back.
All right,
Woo,
last
we're
one,
back.
and then we're really over.
Okay.
Who y'all got tomorrow night? By the time this drops,
What's tomorrow
we'll
night?
actually have an answer. But Game 7,
Fuck it. I'm
NBA
saying
Finals-
Pacers.
Oh, that's tomorrow?
Pacers.
Yes, Pacers Thunder. Who you got?
I don't want the Thunder to win, so
I say
Pacers.
Pacers.
I don't fuck with
My
I don't
brain
fuck with
says
Shea.
Thunder
I don't like
at
him.
home.
Your heart says
They
Pacers.
should be able to. The MVP of the league should be able to close the deal out. But I wanted the Pacers, the
But-
Cinderella story. I want to see the Pacers win.
The
nigga
momentum of
Siakam sold
knowing,
his
like, yo,
soul.
we forced a Game 7. That shit carries over.
Yeah, for
It's
sure.
like, we could beat these niggas. We could do it.
All like I don't
Isn't,
give a
what's his
fuck.
name playing? Halliburton's playing too.
Yes. He
Yeah,
played last
so-
game.
Yo, put all
He
the quarters
ain't
on
play,
shots in
though.
his leg, bro.
I'm about to say
He
ain't
played well.
play.
He played well.
He played well, but he ain't play like how he was playing before. He was forcing it before.
I don't care who wins. I just hope it's not a blowout. That's all I ask.
Oh, like you want it to be.
I want
Yeah.
this to be an
I think,
amazing
yeah.
Game 7. I don't want it to be like Thunder fucking 30-piece them at home. That would suck.
Yeah.
If the Pacers 30-piece them, I'm not actually mad about that. But I just don't want to
Do
see
we
the
like
Thunder.
the Thunder? Do you like the Thunder?
I don't hate them.
I don't
I just know
dislike
they
them.
have
I don't like
mad
the way they play
opportunity
ball.
to win. They'll have plenty of opportunities to win.
I don't like the way they
dislike
play
it.
ball. I don't like that team. I don't like the way they
I
look.
don't dislike.
I don't like the way they run up and down the court. I don't like that they really only got 2 niggas on their team that really be doing all the
Keep it
shit.
going.
They don't play team ball.
No, keep it going.
I don't like that shit, bro.
I thought that was gonna be the outro. I don't like how they. I don't like.
Bro, if I'm really gonna talk about the disdain, for me, I don't like their coach. I don't like their fucking team colors.
I don't know much
I don't
about
like
their
their
coach to say I don't
uniform.
like
I
their
I
don't
don't
coach.
like
City-
their mascot. What the fuck is that?
What is it, mascot?
It's a fucking like weird ass little animal thing.
It's not a Thunderbolt.
No,
I
it
don't
doesn't even
know
make
what
sense.
that
I don't
is.
like their fans. I
Mm.
don't like I don't like what they did to Westbrook. I don't like how they treat that nigga. You feel me? I don't like Kevin Durant. That's separate. I just don't like him. You know what I'm saying? But
Oh, yeah, what is-
historically, what is that
It's
shit?
a bison. It's a bison.
The fuck is Thunder, nigga?
Keep it going. I'm gonna just do a fade.
It's corny shit, bro. I don't like that nigga Shea. I don't like the fucking weird ass mid range he be taking. I don't like that. I don't like his whistle, nigga. I don't know what the fuck is that. You know what I mean? I don't like that they got 2 niggas named Jalen Williams on the team. That's just weird, bro. Like, why the fuck? Like, why y'all niggas got the same name? And why they try to make nicknames for each of them that sound a little different? Just corny, bro. I hate Chet, nigga. I absolutely hate that nigga. He show up one game, he's asked the next game. He barely even fucking play. You feel me? He's mad lanky, nigga. They was comparing him to Wemby, and Wemby bald now.